Let's do it.
What's up, y'all?
Ready to go. We live and ready to go, man. How's everybody feeling today? Mars, Ox, Chill, Swiper in the building. Swiper, no swiping. What's good?
Yeah, what up?
Yo, right from the top, we got a couple new members. Shout out to our new members right from the jump. Kyle Martinez didn't become a member once. He became a member twice. Shout out to Kyle. Y'all should be more like Kyle and drink more water. Vontae, shout out to Vontae from Georgia, I'm assuming, or a Georgia fan. What's up, man? Shout out to you. We're not going to waste no time from the beginning. Y'all like the video, and we getting straight into it. The most valuable player. I want to hear who you guys think is not only the most valuable player, but I want to go a little deeper than that. I want to ask you guys who's literally the most valuable player to their unit. Who provides the most value? Is this a clear-cut race? Is it a clear-cut winner? Or are there some guys that can compete for this race? Swiper, I'm going to start with you.
MVP first?
Yeah.
MVP is Jokic right now. I think Jokic, SGA, and then right after that, probably Luka at this point. I mean, he probably leave Giannis. I think, 54 games played, 26.1, 12.1, 9 assists. I think he's averaging the career high in blocks this year. Like a 65 true shooting, 81% from the line, 35% from three. I think like 62, 63% from two, something like that. Shooting 50% from mid-range, like 66, 65% from like that little floater area, just insanity. I think just in terms of most valuable, I think he would take that award. But I mean,
they are Charlotte without him. Basically, they Charlotte without him.
Yeah, I mean, but you know how
Charlotte are pretty good right now. Let's.
They are. I'm glad you brought that up, Marlon. We're gonna talk about Charlotte too. By the way, they're not bad. They're not bad at all.
Right. Yeah. So I think some of that just chill. That's just the way they got. That's the way the team's built. Similar with the Cap without LeBron. Like, when you build around an infrastructure or an idea, I think when that player's not there, they're just a much worse team. So I think for me, it would be Jokic at this point.
I think we
chill. Go ahead.
We don't differentiate. I don't mean us on the panel, but a lot of people don't differentiate what a primary ball handler is and a guy who we run the offense through. They run the offense through Joker. He's responsible for their offense getting guys open, but the system of their offense, he's responsible in that aspect, and he's so good at it. That's why their offense is so good, and he puts so much pressure on the defense, running the floor, being able to crack the long ball, his ability to pass. He puts so much pressure on them, and with them running their offense through him, you take him off the floor. That dribble handoff that he runs with Jamal Murray, it doesn't look the same with Aaron Gordon. It does not look the same with DeAndre Jordan. That's why they lose so much value. I've said this to you guys before. I went back 30 years. The guy with I'm not a huge analytical stat guy, but I do understand that that's part of the game today. And if you go back the last 30 years, if you look at the guy who is I believe it's the value over replacement player. When this dude is off the floor, what happens to this unit? The guys that's in the top 3 in the league, that's your league MVP. Of all the guys that we talk about over the last 30 years, I believe it's only been 2 guys that haven't been in that. But 19 of those 30 guys have led the league in value over replacement player. So a guy who is, when he's off the floor, we take a dip and we go the other way. And Joker is that guy. When he's off the floor, so many other things don't work when he's off the floor. That's why when Mars brought up his plus minus when he's off the floor, I think that was funny. But him, I still have to say Jason Tatum, because I'm still having a difficult time with the logic that the best player on the best team in the league is not in the MVP conversation. That just has that very rarely has that happened. And
seriously though, not to cut you off, but seriously, are you saying Jason Tatum because kind of like how I do with Halliburton, just to big him up and Trey, just to big him up because nobody talks about him, or are you saying him because you genuinely believe Jason Tatum is
not just to big him up, but I'm thinking about what history has shown me, and history has shown me more times than not the best player on the best team is in the MVP conversation. Now, is he going to win it? That's something completely different. But the fact that
Chris Paul finished 4 in 21 though, so remember they had the best record in the league at the time. So
right.
I think that's fair, like 4 to 5. But we all know Chris Paul wasn't like in front of Steph or Embiid that year. You know,
what year was that he finished for?
That was the 2021 year, I believe. If somebody can correct me, I think that was 2021. It was Jokic, Embiid, Steph, and then I think Chris Paul finished at 4.
Chris Paul was on that. He was on that Houston team.
No, this is the Suns team. Remember the
Phoenix when they went to the NBA championship that year. Yeah.
Right.
Yes, I'm sorry. When they went to the NBA championship, he finished in the top 5. So sure, I can definitely get with that. But when I think about Jason Tatum, him improving every year, and I mean where he is this year, the fact that he leads that team in scoring, leads that team in rebounding, he's shooting one of his highest field goal percentages of his career this year. He's playing better defensively, and the fact that they're better. And that has a lot to do with him. It's not like Porzingis and Drew Holiday got on the crew. Before they got on the crew, this team was barely making the playoffs. They was a game away from being in the NBA championship last year. The year before that, they was in the NBA championship. So, I mean, he's definitely one of the best players in the game. And the way he's playing right now, I definitely think he's an MVP candidate. Now, when I think about guys like Luka, I mean, you can't really put a price tag on what Luka doing. My only issue with Luka is I just don't like the fact, because history has also shown me that a guy that does that much, you're not going to win. I just don't like the fact that he has to do that much in order for them to win. That's my biggest issue with him. Not his game, not what he does. It's just the fact that he has to do that much in order for them to win. I shouldn't have to be 40, 10, and 9, 42, 14, and 8 in order for us to win. I shouldn't have to do that. I shouldn't.
Your issue is that he's too valuable?
No, it's not that he's too valuable. I've seen that. I'm talking about winning. I'm not talking about his value. I'm talking about him winning. Because I saw James lead the Cavs in points, rebounds, assists, blocks, and steals. We're not winning like that when we got a guy that's dominating the ball that much, who has to do that much in order for us to win.
They're winning right now, though. Especially
they won 7 games straight.
They have won 7 games straight. However, what's this ultimately about when we're talking about Luka?
No, but we're talking about MVP, though. You're saying most valuable.
So we're talking about the regular season. So if we're talking about the regular season, he's got to win a little bit more, though. I think he's got to get in the upper echelon of where the Western Conference is. But because those winning in at the 6th or the 7th seed, them days are over. I don't think that. I'm not seeing that. Mm-mm.
But if you talk in the East, in the West, if you talk about the Vorp stuff that you brought up earlier, not my point, by the way, not my point, but you brought up the Vorp stuff. Luka is 3rd in Vorp. Jason Tatum is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's like 10th or 11th. So even just off what you brought up, he's just not in the MVP conversation over Shea and over Luka. But I think that like penalizing Luka for having the skill set and ability to do something Tatum doesn't have the ability to do. Like I just think at this point, like we just know Tatum doesn't have the ability to hold the ball and to distribute and play make and score and everything else that Luka does on a night-to-night basis.
I'm not penalizing him for that. That's what I'm not penalizing him for that. What I am saying is that when we're talking about winning, ultimately winning the league MVP in the regular season, you could very well do that. But when we're talking about winning, which is what Luka is trying to do, a guy that dominates the ball that much, history has shown me that you're not going to win like that. But if we're talking about the regular season, sure.
All right, y'all. My man Swiper said Jokic. Chilltown said Jason Tatum. J-Rob, what's up, man?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm cool. I'm cool. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, man. Happy Friday.
Okay. I see you brought the glasses on today, so I see you about business. I'm not gonna play with you today. I'm gonna be cool. But I gotta ask you, man, who is your MVP this season?
I think most people think Luka. For me, my MVP of the league is Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. I think I've said that a few times so far when I've been up here. For me with SGA, when I look at the most valuable player of the year award, now I'm worried about them having to play a older team in the playoffs, maybe a Warriors or maybe, a Lakers, just because they're still a very young team. But SGA has really single-handedly, to me, accelerated the clock of this Oklahoma City Thunder team. And this is a team really full of kids. Like, these are a team full of kids with one guy who's 25, going to be 26. And I think the way Oklahoma City is trending right now, I think if you pull SGA off this team, I don't think they're second in the West. I actually think if their best players are Chet Holmgren and Jalen
Portland.
They're down. Yeah, exactly. And so because of that, I look at what SGA is doing. I think he is masking a lot of the youth on this team. And, the thing that scares me most is like this team don't really know, they don't know what they don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because they've never really been in a playoff environment, a high pressure situation. And they're gonna be in that next year. This year they're gonna play, probably one of the, an experienced veteran-like team in that first round of the playoffs. And I'm excited for that, obviously, to see what that team is capable of. It might be a changing of the guard, but I think what SGA has done for them, I think we got to give him some credit. So for me, he's my MVP. And then also too, we go with the we have the logic of, the best player on the best team, best record. They're really they're a game or so behind Minnesota to be the number one, to be the 1 seed out of the West. And I think for what we've talked about, the Western Conference being one of, over the last decade, the best conference in basketball, for them to be where they are in that conference, I think it's a big deal, and we're not talking about it. So I think SGA for me he's 100% my MVP, and I'm really I'm excited to see his growth. And I like the Gordon Hayward pickup. For me, I thought they needed another big. I think that's going to be their Achilles heel if they have to play a team with better inside presence. I don't think they'll match up well against a Lakers just because I don't think they'll be able to out rebound them. And Lakers are one of their differential on the free throw line because of how much inside presence they bring to the game. I think that'll be a hard matchup for Oklahoma City, but outside of that, SGA. If I had to pick an MVP, I'm going SGA.
Has the Western Conference over the last 10 years been significantly better than the East?
Yeah. Last 25 years.
I think
30.
so. Yeah, I think so.
I think
in totality.
So since the 90s, the Western Conference clears the Eastern Conference.
Well, you got to remember.
I don't want to say clears. But I do think the conference has been better. I don't want to say clears. Don't want to say
over the last 5 years. How about over the last 5 years?
Over the last 5 seasons.
Count the champions since 2000. Chill. I think that's the best thing you should probably do.
From the 2000s?
Since 2000, count the champions and who's been where.
We can't. No. The reason why we can't do that is because when I said that, when I said that, and I said that years ago, I had said that the NBA champion, if I'm not mistaken, this was in 2009. I heard that. I'm like, 3 of the last 4 NBA champions come out the Eastern Conference. Miami did it, Detroit did it, and Boston did it. And when I got to listen to it, and then I still got to listen to, well, that's just only that one team. The Eastern Conference as a whole is weak. So I can't do the champions logic because 2 of the last 4 years, I'm sorry, I believe it's 2 of the last 4 years, the NBA champ come out the Eastern Conference, Toronto and Milwaukee, if I'm not mistaken.
Five.
I'm sorry, 2 of the last 5 years, the Eastern Conference champion NBA champion comes out the Eastern Conference. So I can't do that.
But then go before that though. Then you got Warriors, and you got Cleveland, then you got Miami. That's Braun. But then before that, then you're gonna have the Lakers, and you're gonna have Boston, and then you're gonna have San Antonio. And then you keep going back before that, you got Detroit, and then you got the Lakers. So it's just predominantly been the Western Conference. It's been predominantly the Western Conference, but I can't discount. 3 of the last 4 champions came out of the Eastern Conference during the stretch. So that doesn't. I can't disregard that. But
right now it's more balanced than ever, though. I think
facts.
I think the East is caught up. The West might be slightly better, but the East is very top heavy.
Who's in the East?
I think the West might just have more star power. If you look at the overall star power, they might have the edge in that.
Yeah. How many superstars y'all think are in the Eastern Conference right now?
Superstars.
This is with Joel healthy.
Two.
So we got to put Joel back on the.
Yeah, I'm saying with Joel.
Embiid, Giannis, Tatum. That's it. As far as I'm going.
What is y'all problem with Jason Tatum?
What's your criteria?
Only got 7.
Isn't it crazy?
Y'all please cut that shit out.
Are we talking about a first team all pro the last 2 years?
It's getting funny.
If you're Wayne.
It's silly weird.
All right, he's a superstar. He's a superstar. All right, he's a superstar.
It is, Big Ox. It's getting corny, yo. It is. It's for real getting corny.
He's a superstar. He's a superstar.
It is. He's just okay. He's just a good player. No, he ain't.
I can listen to Swiper's
there's
argument
levels
about why there's levels and why he's not a superstar. So Swiper, talk to us.
Well, no, I'm saying, but superstars are, for me, and again, you can go off of whatever. Obviously, LeBron James aging out. So however you want to deal with that, you can deal with it. I have only 7. So again, it's going to be Durant, Jokic, Giannis. I think it's Kawhi. I think Luka's in that conversation now, obviously. And then who else? Steph Curry.
Kawhi still before the season. Kawhi is still a superstar. Before the season. We're talking about a dude who's barely playing.
Yes.
He's
Did
barely
you see
playing.
what
I mean, chill. He's better than Jason Tatum.
he's better
than Tatum. He's better than Tatum.
So availability doesn't matter to you dudes. The dude played half the season, 4 years straight.
But he been available.
That wasn't his fault. Yeah, he played the entire year, and last year he played 2. By the way, just to be clear, he played 2 playoff games last year with Kevin Durant and Devin Booker on the court, and was by far the best player on the court.
And with that being said, and what happened to him?
What do you mean when he got hurt? That's not his fault.
Right. So that doesn't matter.
He's played 49 games this year.
No,
Jason Tatum
it don't matter.
55.
It don't matter to me. I'll speak for
Clearly,
myself.
it doesn't matter. I'm
He's
talking.
only played 6 games less than Jason Tatum this year. Jason Tatum played 55. Kawhi's played 49. Kawhi has been healthy this
And
year.
what does Tatum do better than
This year, this season, 100%.
That's what we're talking about right now.
What does Tatum do better than Kawhi? By the way, bring up defense if you want.
I won't bring up defense.
Bring up score. You can bring up scoring if you want to.
I won't bring up. Listen, when I think about Jason Tatum, and I think
He got
about
more aura. Did he got more aura?
No, it's not the aura. It's not the aura. I think about what Jason Tatum has done over the last 4 years. Now, you're talking about just being better at basketball. I think Jason Tatum, man, what he's done over the last 4 years, being the best small forward in the game. I think last season, I think he was the best small forward. That's right. I said it, Mars. He's the best small forward in the game. Better than James, better than Kevin Durant, better than Kawhi Leonard.
I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know if I agree with that.
He wasn't even better than Jimmy Butler when it came down to money time.
I do not agree with that.
Hey, Swiper, talk to him.
He wasn't even better than
I do not agree
Jimmy
with that, Jill.
Butler when
He's
it
not the
came
best
up to it. No,
small
chill,
forward.
address that.
He was better than Jimmy Butler. He wasn't better than Jimmy
Not in the
Butler.
playoffs. Not in the playoffs.
Okay, so last year he wasn't better than Jimmy Butler is what you're saying.
But the year before Jimmy Butler had that quad injury, he was cooking the Celtics. Remember, he missed one of them games in that series. Before that, he was cooking them up to that run.
And what happens to them if Jason Tatum doesn't play in that series?
What you mean?
They still this my thing.
That's how it works for players.
I'm so sick of y'all. I'm so sick of y'all talking about this dude like he's okay.
No,
Like,
nobody's
he's
saying
not
that.
I don't
say
think
I'm
with you on that. I think
He's
the
better
best
than
small
he's
forward.
just
better than okay.
But I'm
He's
saying,
better than
but when
okay. He's better
but
than
when the
okay.
money money's on the line, he's in the same tier as Jimmy Butler when the money's on the line. Both of them are great. They're both great players. I'm not saying anyone. They're not less than great. They're both great players.
But my question is this: you think he's a better small forward, Chill, than Kawhi? You think he's a better small forward than KD?
Today?
Yeah, I'm asking for real.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I think
He's a
the best
super.
small
He's a
forward in the game.
superstar.
Wait, what is he? What is he doing better than Kawhi?
I think he's the best.
It's more available. That's what it is. It's going to be available.
Kawhi.
I just don't know how he's better than Kawhi, Chill.
Kawhi Leonard. Y'all dudes is crazy talking to me about just the dude overall as a basketball player. I get that logic overall as a basketball player, but what happens when you only play half the season? I told you, it's availability. We don't care about what he's done in the past. We don't care about that.
But
How do you just show up just like SGA? How you dudes are telling me? You just told me, Swiper, a couple of days ago about SGA this season. So automatically this season you jumped me. But even
just
though
for 1 year, where you're playing this year,
we can't do that, yo. No, I'm not trying to.
Why are you bringing up Kawhi?
But it's not an overall ranking, no. Chill. That's what I'm saying. We're just talking about this season.
It is though, but you know why? You know why it is? Because every time we do this, when I ask you before the season starts in September, Kawhi, I'm not Kawhi, Swiper, who's the league MVP this season coming up? Who are you going to tell me? And what you're going to tell me is whoever you tell me, and it's going to be based off what you saw in the past. You're not going to tell me SGA,
it's projection as well.
You're not going to tell me that SGA in September is the league MVP this year based off of what you saw last season from him. You're not doing that.
That's not how it works for projections, though. If I'm telling you, but nobody thought the Thunder were going to do this, though. No one, even the Thunder fans, didn't think they would be the number 2 seed.
I think they.
Nah.
Big Ox, where did I have the Thunder before the season started? I didn't think they were a top 2 seed. I can go look.
I have the rankings. I can't go look.
I 100% had them.
Whoa. Hey. But somebody's right. SGA finished number 5 in MVP rankings last year. Chill. Last year.
That was crazy.
No, it wasn't. SGA was cooking last year, y'all. I'm not. But again, y'all got to remember. But y'all got to remember, it's a regular season award. Except for last year, when they said Joker couldn't get one because he couldn't get 3 straight without a final. Besides that, it's always a regular season award. Or except 2011, when LeBron thought to get 3 in a row, and they were like, "Oh, we can't give it to him. He hasn't won a finals yet." Except when Michael Jordan. That's what I'm saying. This is a regular season award, except for 3 players in the last 35 years. So what I'm saying is SGA regular season last year was an elite player. He was first team All NBA last year. Chill.
Which he shouldn't have been. Which he should
What
not
you
have
mean?
been.
Who should have been?
Donovan Mitchell should have been first team All NBA.
Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell
100. There was no reason
Donovan
for Luka and
Mitchell
SGA to be first team All NBA.
Yes, 100%
All-NBA
Donovan
last
Mitchell.
year.
He had a career year last
SGA
year.
didn't deserve first team All NBA last season.
No.
You still know. We've already been over this.
Wow,
We've
J-Rock,
already been over this. What is the criteria for first
This
team
year,
All NBA?
this year.
What's the
What are you talking about? It's not winning. It's not winning. I can say that right now.
I thought it had to do. Listen, I thought
Luka
first
didn't
team.
make the playoffs. Luka didn't make the playoffs.
They don't think Luka should have made it either. They don't think Luka should have made
They
first
were wrong
team.
on that too.
What? You don't
They
think
were
Luka
wrong on that
Doncic should have been first team All NBA last year?
Not last year.
Let me make sure I'm understanding. Let me make sure I'm understanding you guys.
So it's because of their seeding. Because of their seeding.
Yes, that's the reason. Yes.
So not how they both performed all year.
That's seeding.
All right, fellas.
But-
you can't
but
win
to
with
answer
that.
your question,
I can't
answer your
beat that,
question, though,
'cause
bro.
that's ridiculous. Those 2 players deserve.
Why
it
is
in
it
my eyes.
ridiculous? Once
Luka
again,
Doncic.
once again,
Luka Doncic
Donovan
and
Mitchell.
SGA didn't deserve it.
Wait a minute. Because you're anchored by the #1 defense in the NBA last year with 2 twin towers, and because now you have Darius Garland to be an off-ball playmaking player and Donovan Mitchell, because you have all this, now we should put you above Luka Doncic, a first-team All-NBA, because Luka has to do more with less, and is still outperforming you on a numbers
and
basis.
SGA
That doesn't make any
more or
sense.
less.
And I'm glad you brought that up.
Should SGA and Oklahoma City even have been in the play-in last season? Probably not. Probably not.
He was killing last year.
But you got a player out there who is a kid averaging 30 points a night, killing the league. Like, come on. I understand where we're going to the winning bias. And listen.
That's not a bias, J-Rob. That's why he was
Hold on. Let J-Rob finish his point. Let J-Rob finish his point.
Hold on, listen. To me, I'm gonna be honest. First team, all team, or if you're making an all NBA, that type of team, yeah, the winning is going to go into it, but it's how you play throughout the season. Okay. SGA was one of the best players. Was one of the best players of last season. Okay, he deserved everything he got. And if we're going to talk about value, this is what I'm saying. Like this is my thing, because we're clearly changing how we view value to a basketball team. Because of the fact that Oklahoma City was a play-in level team, he didn't deserve to be first team All NBA. Well, do they even get into that position without the way he plays all year? No, this is without Chet Holmgren last season. This is really they're out here playing with a bunch of wings on the floor. This is a lineup of Giddey, Jalen, Lou Dort, and SGA playing 5 out, and they going out there and made it to the play-in tournament where they had absolutely no expectations. And this kid was one of the 6 best guards in all of basketball.
No context in the Super Chat, by the way.
31 points a
0.
game. So
now,
I just feel like, deserved it. I feel like he deserved it. Go ahead.
Now, so Swiper, you brought up Swiper. I know it's nuts, but Swiper, you brought up what Luka was doing. So let's rewind the clock to what the year before, what Cleveland was doing. So we got a bunch of kids, and in the process of us having a bunch of kids, we got a bunch of kids. There's nobody on the crew that's over 25 years old at the core. We got a bunch of kids. Now, with that being said, they're in the play-in tournament. So they go from being in the play-in tournament the year before with a guy in Donovan Mitchell, who now comes over and has a career year on this crew. Never averaged that many points in the history of his career. Never averaged that many points. I believe that he shot his highest 3-point percentage that year, if I'm not mistaken, and I think it was his highest free throw percentage that year. So they go from that, being in the play-in tournament, to adding him, and now they're the number. I believe that what were they last year? They were a top 5 seed. So they were a top 5 seed. So they go from
4-1
right
by the Knicks.
They got smoked by the Knicks, 100%. No doubt about that. But
Julius Randle.
We're talking about the regular season, right? We're talking about the regular season. So
Right.
we go from that. So now you're talking about Luka Doncic, who had to do as much as he had to do. I got a bunch of kids that I'm running with. I don't have a bomb squad. I got a bunch of kids that I'm running with, and I take them from being a play-in team to being a top 5 seed. Add that to the fact that before last year, first team All NBA guards, all of them made the playoffs. All of them.
Who were they? Steph and Luka?
That doesn't make a difference. They made the playoffs. All these guards make the playoffs.
Wait. Steph Curry was first team All NBA when he finished 3 in the MVP rankings in 2020, 2020 when he missed the playoffs. He missed the playoffs.
When?
He was third in the MVP. 2020, 2021, Steph was third in the MVP conversation that year,
right?
And he missed the playoff, and he was first team All NBA.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't he lead the league in scoring that year too? I think he
didn't make the playoffs.
Right, but he wasn't in the postseason.
For what it's
he
worth,
didn't make the play. He didn't make the play.
Steph was a top 8 seed who lost in the play-in.
And made the play.
Luka was
right.
the 11th.
They didn't make the playoffs.
If he didn't make the playoffs, he didn't make the playoffs.
Okay, but no, because let's use our brains here. All NBA voting happens after the 82 games. In 2021's case, 72 games.
Right.
After 72 games, the Warriors were in the top 8 seeds.
They didn't make the playoffs.
Games,
which means they're
Luka after 82 games was the 11th seed.
So you're saying not
a playoff.
So when the voting happened, when the voting happened,
Mars,
the Warriors were in the
playoffs.
Let him finish. They lost in the play-in after the All NBA voting had already happened.
That's a playoff team.
They viewed the Warriors as a playoff team, and they lost 2 play-in games.
But that's cool.
Why,
they were an 8 seed.
Yeah,
so
that's not playoff team.
No. But my thing. Wait. What were the Thunder last year, Mars? When they went into the play-in, were they 9?
I think they were 9 or 10.
Let me see. I don't know.
It wasn't top 8.
They lost to Minnesota.
But I'm saying so. But I'm not you, Mars. Not you, Mars.
The Thunder were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They were the 10 seed last year.
Okay,
yeah,
so
they were right above Dallas. They were
so what were the win differences between them and the 8 seed?
They were
3 games.
2.
It don't matter. They weren't top 8.
We're not doing
that. Like Steph Curry was.
No,
they were 2 games back of 8.
So what I'm saying is, for you, Chill, you're saying that 2-game difference should be the difference between Steph Curry making first team All NBA and not making first team All NBA.
100%.
Yes. Making an all being a first team All Pro. Essentially, what you're saying is winning doesn't matter. That's what you're saying.
Because for all NBA,
yes. Because when I watch,
it's not a mix on winning.
Yes, it is. Because if you think about the history of
it, should be.
So why wasn't Kobe Bryant first team All NBA in 2005? It's the best 2 guard in the league.
Who was first team All NBA that year?
Why wasn't Kobe Bryant first team All NBA in 2005?
Who was first team All NBA that year? Steve Nash and who?
I'll tell you right now.
It was
AI. Who was it?
AI.
Allen Iverson. And why was Allen Iverson first team All NBA that year? Not only did he lead the league in scoring, what happened to Philadelphia?
They were in the playoffs.
They make the playoffs. Winning matters.
Was he better than Kobe that year?
No.
That's it. Here we go. There we go. Winning matters. Winning absolutely matters. Winning has always mattered. Always. So for SGA and for Donovan Mitchell to have a career year like he had last year, never did that in Utah. In the 5 years that he was in Utah, never did that. What he did in Cleveland. And Cleveland, that was the highest seed that they'd been since they had James. And for him not to be a first team All NBA performer and you completely taking out winning when you always had winning involved in what you were doing is crazy to me. Crazy.
Fellas, I got to step in. I got some super chats to read. And then we're going to get back to this because I really have a good question for you guys in terms of individual skill in winning in the MVP. But before that, Masink OG said, never forget, Chilltown said Tatum is better than SGA in the mid-range.
I did. Take it a step further than that. He the best small forward in the game, and he better than SGA. I said it.
Y'all got Chill standing on business today.
I said it, and I'm standing on it.
You think Tatum's a better mid-range shooter?
He's the best small forward in the game, and he a better player than SGA. I'm saying it. I'll stand on it. You can't convince me that he ain't. You can't.
All right.
Hey, man, stand on business. I'm not mad at him.
It's Mr. GQ to you said, remembering when questioning ethical rebounds, Lars tried to say that Jokic rebounds his own misses. Is that what happened last night, Jabroni? He is one of the best field goal percentages in the league.
Which, by the way, Mars, I was watching last night, and I was watching Joker with the uncontested rebounds and what they led to. I was also watching Luka with his uncontested rebounds and what those led to. So I think we might have to discuss uncontested rebounds a little bit more.
No,
can we not?
I don't.
Please,
there's nothing to discuss. Getting uncontested rebounds doesn't make you a better rebounder than someone who doesn't do it. I don't know what to say.
Exactly. Let's leave it there.
I'm not in a discussion. And what I said about Jokic was in those particular games when he would go Moses Malone mode and miss layups and then get 3 putbacks and then get credited with 2 offensive rebounds. That's why I said. I never said that's what he does all the time. But in those particular games, when I watch him miss 3 layups and get 2 offensive rebounds, and then he ends up with 19 rebounds, I'm like, well, if you just made the layup the first time, he would have had like 14 rebounds. It's just, that's all I was saying. And I still stand on that. He didn't do that last night, no. I don't even think he missed a shot. He'll try hard.
I believe he just passed Chamberlain yesterday. Yep, just passed Chamberlain yesterday for the most.
Get used to it, chill. Get used to it, chill. All right, go ahead and read that super chat. What's that say?
RJ the God said Tatum averages 27, 9 and 5, and his team's record is 44 and 12. Kawhi averages 24, 6 and 4, and his team's record is 38 and 17. He is more available, has better numbers, and his team has a better record. What are we doing?
But
We're watching Kawhi Leonard play basketball, and we're not just reading a box score.
No, we're not.
Everything he said, he could just go on Basketball Reference right now
and just read it and go, "Yo, this is why he better than
Jason Tatum." Here's Kawhi. Oh my God. Okay, so he averages.
But wait a minute.
But he's been more as a basketball player. I will argue that Kawhi Leonard is better. I will say that. However, if your availability matters to me, and over the last 4 years, when you have only played half the season for 4 years on average, I can't put you ahead of a dude. Just like
this
I can't put
4 years.
Just like I can't put you ahead of a dude who is because he's older. I'm just gonna go, or he's been there so long. I'm gonna say this dude should be there. Well, I can't hold these young dudes back just because you here. Kawhi Leonard has not been available. Don't get me wrong. As a basketball player, he's phenomenal. I won't argue that. I won't.
But he's been available this year. We're talking. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're going to make an MVP conversation for Tatum, what you're just saying is that he's on the best team with the best record. Even if you're saying that he's not necessarily been better than Kawhi this year, he's just getting the boost because he's on the better team.
No, it's not just because he's on the better team. No, that's
he's not been better than Kawhi this year. So I'm saying, so what's the argument then?
I'm not saying that he hasn't been better. I'm not saying that. What I am saying that I think that over the course of time he's been better. This season he hasn't been better. Okay, I'll give you that.
But why are you giving him the MVP? At least number 2 in the race.
Because he's on a team that's better, and that's what matters. That's why it's always mattered. Before Joker, let me make sure I'm understanding this. Before Joker won the league MVP in 21, and Russ won the league MVP in 17, who was winning the league MVP? It was the best player on the best team. More times than not.
Well, Harden didn't.
They won 65 games that year. They won 65 games that year.
Well, Harden arguably could have won, but Steph also could have won that year. But Steph and Durant didn't. They canceled each other out for that whole run because they were playing together for 3 years. So that was a weird time in the league. Before that, it had all been the best player and the best team. But this is my whole thing with that.
When you're talking about the league MVP, winning matters.
So you think Malone should have got it over Michael Jordan when he finished for the higher seed?
I actually think that they got that wrong. They should have switched it around. Jordan should have won it in 97. Malone should have won it in 98.
Malone never should have won an MVP. Period.
That's nuts to say he should have never won. Give me a break, man.
He shouldn't even been in the league, but that's
period.
Yo.
Why, Swiper?
All right,
why not?
Because Michael Jordan existed. I don't have no. Let me be clear about this. LeBron in his prime never should have lost. He should have lost 2011. Michael Jordan never should have lost that in the late 90s. No, there's no. I don't care what happening.
You think the MVP is the best player in the world?
No, but I'm saying for those two seasons in particular, I think both of them should have won both of those awards. I think best player in the world thing. It's a. Well, I mean, it depends on what your conversation are about 2000. I don't think Kobe was the best player in the world except for maybe 1 year in that frame. So I don't think he should have won more than one. But yeah, the 2000s, the people that are arguing that Steve Nash stole one of them. Because you asked me best player in the world.
MJ and LeBron,
because you asked me best in the world.
Best in the world. That's why
you asked for best in the world. Get him chill. Get him chill. Get him chill.
You asked him about best in the world, and when the league MVP,
yeah, and he was like, yeah, but I'm only talking about the LeBron James and Michael Jordan
and Kobe Bryant at that time
was in the best in the world talk. He was in the best in the world talk.
Kobe Bryant at that time, there's not many people that you could say was, Kobe wasn't the best player in the world, so that's why he brought that up. I do get that.
No. But MVP is the best player in the world. He was like, and I'm only talking about the MJ and LeBron here. But by the way, Kobe was only the best player in the world.
If you could have went to the 2000s, it was between Duncan, Kobe, and then maybe Garnett for one period, and then Shaq. Those were the four players. So you're asking me, never mind. Well, that's another topic.
Which he should, which drink more water. So we clear, he should have been 100%. He should have been 100%.
Drink more water sent through a super chat and said, "Chill. Was Mitchell in the MVP race in the 2020-21 season?"
100%. He should have been.
No.
Even though Rudy Gobert was
the best player on his team.
He made the All-Pro team that year, but Donovan Mitchell, I don't ever remember that in my lifetime. That happening, the leading scorer, second leading assist man, and the third leading rebounder on the best team in the Western Conference not being an All-Pro. That's never happened in my lifetime. Never happened in my lifetime ever.
All right, so I got one more super chat I got to get to right now. But I want to encourage everybody to like the video that's in here. Check us out on playback. Me and JD had a good playback last night, Suns and Mavs. But tonight, you guys will get a better playback. Somebody up here is on playback tonight?
I'm on playback tonight.
Uh-oh.
With my man's Dub. I'm with Dub.
Okay.
Two Jersey, man. Two Jersey, baby. Two Jersey.
Jersey in the house tonight on playback.
Sir,
They're doing a watch party, so they're gonna watch a bunch of different games.
Yes,
it's gonna go up in there. It's going up.
Pull up.
But Jason Santana sent through a super chat and said, "When the money's on the line, Kawhi is in a fucking wheelchair." For the super team people, JT was playing with rookies and Tristan Thompson for multiple playoff series. Kemba and Hayward played mid.
That's a lie. Tristan Thompson was in Boston for 1 year. You're talking about the 2021 Nets series. I seen the little picture on Twitter. You're not slick. I seen it.
All right, we still got a couple different MVPs that we need to get. Mars and Ox haven't gave us their MVPs yet.
Ron, wait a minute. Before you go any further, I want to make sure
What's
we
up?
clarify. I think I said Jason Tatum before the season started. I think Joker is going to win it, though, which is what I said. I said Jason Tatum before the season started, but I think Joker is going to win it.
But if you had the sole decision to make, you're going with Jason Tatum.
Joker.
Okay. Ox, who you got?
Based on my New Year's resolution, and who's the best player in basketball, based on what basketball is today, Luka Doncic is the MVP. Based on what basketball has come to, Luka Doncic is the best player in the association, and that's, I don't really know if there's too much we can debate about that. Who I think is the most important player on their team for this season, who should get MVP, is SGA. I don't think there's anybody more. I don't think there's anybody more important to their team than SGA. I think without SGA, I think that team is not even as good as Portland. I don't know. Well, no. I'm tripping. Chet. Yeah. No. I'm gonna stand on that. I don't think OKC's better than Portland without SGA. Yeah.
What is the criteria for league MVP?
I think SGA is the most important player on any team in the NBA.
What has the criteria been for league MVP over the years?
It's changed.
It changes.
To me, it changes
based on the media.
It changed since Russell Westbrook.
Well, no, I
to
think
me it's not. Yeah, it changes to me.
It's different than what it used to be. It used to be like best player, best team, and everybody realized that was trash. And then what they did was they modified it and said best player plus the numbers.
Why is that trash? Why is that trash?
Because somebody could have. That's what I'm saying. Because if you would have went back and did this, then Tatum would have won last year. That would have been a bad MVP season relative to history. Then before that, it would have been Devin Booker or Chris Paul. That would have been a bad MVP relative to history. Then
that would have been bad last year if Tatum would have won it. That would have been bad.
Absolutely. He would have been. He would have had it.
When was it best? When was it best player, best team? Like, was it not best player like one of the best teams? Like, when was
the last time there was the best player on the best team?
It has to be the very best.
Well,
team.
I think they had 6 years straight, Mars. If I believe, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Where they had first the number one player on the first team in the West or East was winning the MVP.
It was Giannis in 20.
What 6 years? What 6 years was that? What 6 years was that?
So I think it might have been. It was Giannis. So what did Giannis? They were number one seed both of those years. Was that what it was? And then was it Harden? And then you have the Russell year. But then you had Steph, Bron, and then it was
you missed KD's.
Only
KD, my bad. Yeah. So KD, but I don't know if they were the 3 or 1 seed that year.
The Spurs were the 1 seed. I know for sure the Spurs were the 1 seed.
They might have been the 2 seed. Yeah. So
that's what I'm saying. It was one of the best teams, but it wasn't just if you're on the best team in the league and you're the best player.
You don't have to be the number 1 seed.
Like, it used to be like top 3 seeds, best player from the teams in the top 3 on either side.
So I think the best player is MVP. most valuable player, most valuable to your team's success. That's what we're talking about here.
Well, I think that's the new era of. I think because there's so much everybody close your ears. Research and data put into this. Now you have context behind player season. I think that's why when you look at Luka, traditionally he would never be in the conversation. But if you look at Luka's, the injuries on the team, what he's had to deal with, the fact that they just acquired Daniil Gafford and then PJ Washington, they've won 7 straight games. Kyrie's only played 30 games this year or something like that.
Right.
Now, okay, Luka's having an incredible season. SGA, context applied. But he also has the traditional things around him as well. The reason I say Tatum would have been a weak MVP because if you would have weighed Tatum's MVP year across the span of the last 25 years, it would have been one of the worst MVPs just because he's just not the same class of players as the traditional MVP winner, nor is he even having like a better season than at least 4 people that's in the NBA that all have top 3 or so seeds.
So last year, for a guy to average almost 30 and 10, for a team that was at the top of the Eastern
There were
Conference.
much better seasons. There were much better seasons.
I'm talking about guys. I'm talking about guys just last year because, like you said, top 4 guys.
Yeah.
If he wins the MVP last year, what other 4 guys are you putting ahead of him?
Last year?
Last season. What other 4 guys are you putting
Like
ahead of him?
you talking about in the league last year? Which 4
Last season. What other 4 guys are you putting ahead of him last
easy.
season?
Jokic had a much better season. Embiid had a much better season. Luka had a much better season. And Giannis was better last season.
Luka missed the playoffs, man. God, he missed the
But
playoffs.
Luka was still better. But that's not.
Nah, he missed the playoffs.
I don't understand why that doesn't matter.
And that
bro.
matters, Morris.
Okay.
I know you're being
then take
sarcastic.
Luka
Morris, but
out.
that matters, bro. Like,
No, then take Luka out. They're still
I've
great
always
players.
said with the MVP, I've always said, I mean, the precedent is the precedent. I mean, it's changing, but I don't
Winning
think
matters. Winning has always mattered.
But then I'm saying take Luka out. That's still 3 players. And then
Okay,
at the very least, 2 had historically great seasons last year. He never should have won over either one of those players.
well,
Which
he
is why he
didn't.
didn't win. So he didn't win. So
Right.
that's good.
Mhm.
So he didn't win.
Okay.
All right, Mars, talk to us.
It's funny. We know
Who
he's
is your
gonna
MVP?
be on LeBron and Kawhi once playoffs start anyway. He's gonna drop all this Tatum nonsense. Go ahead. My bad. I didn't mean to interrupt you, bro.
Nah, he's staying.
Ron, you remember what you said about Halliburton? If the Boston Celtics win the NBA championship and he wins the Finals MVP, I am going to be unbearable. I'm telling y'all that right now. I am going to be very difficult to deal with. And I'm not a difficult person. But if they win the NBA championship this year and he wins the Finals MVP and he balls out, I'm telling you dudes right now, I am going to be very difficult to deal with. I'm letting y'all know right
be
now.
ready for that, Church, 'cause I don't see them not winning it.
Okay,
I don't see them
letting
not
y'all
winning
know.
So me,
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Jokic, Luka, and Giannis probably. Jokic, Luka, Shea, Giannis. Those 4 guys. I think they're like separated from everyone else. I think it's just them guys. Right now, I think Jokic would win it, and I think Shea would come second, and then Luka would come third, and Giannis would come 4th, probably. But I think Luka's gonna make a very strong push by the end of the season. Very.
Facts.
I'm
Very
positive
good.
Luka's winning this MVP this year.
If they
Why
keep-
are
I'm
we
like,
talking
I'm
about
like, I'm
Giannis?
like 50. I'm 50. It's going to either Jokic or Luka. I'm like 8.
You think they'll pass SGA, my bro?
Yeah. If Luka can get this team, because they're like 1 game back of New Orleans for like the 5 seed.
They 6 right now. Yeah.
I doubt he's gonna break into the top 4, but they might if one of the top 4 teams slow down. If he gets into the top 4, I think he wins it.
But I will say this though. One thing I think we got to talk about as well is I don't know. I'm saying this a little ignorantly because I don't know what the rest of the NBA schedule looks like, what the matchups are. But I feel like this time of the year too, from what I've seen from the last few MVP races, it seems like they also care about them head-to-head matchups. You know, coming down the stretch of the year. So in some ways, I think so. When it's close, it seems like it matters a little bit, or voters kind of think about it. So I look at
It should matter, right, J-Rob?
I think it should matter in some ways because
But I think that's
Luka,
positional.
No, but I think Luka, SGA, and Jokic, really those 3. I think we're pulling hairs at the top with those 3. So I think because I agree with Mars in the sense I think I think Dallas is gonna make a good run. I don't think they're gonna finish this thing as the 6th, 5th seed. I think they're gonna put together a few games because I'm gonna say this as well. Like that's the best backcourt in the NBA. It's the best backcourt in the NBA. You got 2 magicians back there. 2 legitimate wizards back there with the basketball. So I'm gonna be honest. Like, I think Dallas has a lot of firepower and potential, and I like the fact that they got bigger. You know, adding Gafford, PJ, that to me was great additions to that basketball team. So that I don't think that 7-game win streak is fluky. Like, I think this is something that we're about to see a trend. So I think once they start getting to that point, like let's say Dallas moves up to like that 4 or 3rd seed potentially, or they're a few games out of that 3rd seed. I think those last few games towards the end of the season, those matchups I think are gonna really sway voters, because you know at the end of the day, you got to remember, y'all, voters are human. Like voters are legitimate. They work in media. They have somewhat, whether they want to admit it or not, they are a little biased, you know, to certain players just because, you know, they're human. So I think that'll matter coming down that late stretch. But also,
I think the position though. Go ahead.
I was just going to say 4 of their 7 wins have been against playoff teams. So it's not like they just it's not like they just beaten who they're supposed to beat. No, they're beating playoff teams too. So I'm sorry to interrupt you, Swiper.
No. It's just a little delay. Yeah, I think at least for me, maybe y'all can refresh me. The reason why the Jokic and Embiid thing head to head mattered so much, I think, because they were centers, and we just wanted to see like mano a mano for the position. But I can't remember MVP race with the last few years because Giannis doesn't have a contemporary at the power forward position besides Anthony Davis, and AD was never really in the MVP conversation.
That's a good point.
You know, Harden and Curry maybe. I don't know I don't feel like the NBA really would. I mean, at least. Would you care, like, if, you know, Luka Jokic head-to-head, like, that's where you would all?
Well, honestly, I don't want to say it matters all the way, but I just feel like, let's say the seeding is close. Like, if the seeding is close and you're pulling hairs, because I'm going to be honest, I don't think I think the voting this year, whether, you know, it's going to be, I think it's going to be one of the hardest MVP votes for some of these people who are having to make their decisions on guys. I think there's some real cases, I think, for especially the 3 at the top. I think there are real cases for all 3 of those guys. So I just think, you know, if you're looking for nuance to help you, you know, draw a conclusion, I think those things are going to matter, especially like Luka and SGA. I think those matchups are easily going to be looked at, especially because those two specifically. I mean, if we're going by, you know, just positionally, but I think, you know, Mars said it earlier, like they're probably finishing 2 and 3 to Jokic. You know what I'm saying? If he wins the MVP, so I think those two specifically, their matchups down the stretch are easily going to be, I think, under a microscope.
Also, J. Rob, I want to say like what you were saying as far as it being close. I also want to throw this out there for my man. It's only close because Joel got hurt. Joel had this thing in the bag, tied up.
34 games. It was a great 34-game stretch.
Yeah, I think he was running away with it.
I know you push your Jokic line all you want. Joel,
no, it's 34 games. It never would have happened anyway.
We know what's up. We know what's up. Joel had this package in the bag with a nice bow on top of it. It was done.
Yeah, I think he was running away with it too.
It was done.
The way he started this season, it was incredible, bro.
Hey, y'all see how I brought up Joel's name and Swiper just instantly got
it was 34 games. I mean, if only he wouldn't have had a season-ending injury, I guess. Yeah, I agree.
And that's exactly what I'm saying.
So since he had this injury and he played 34 games, he's the best player. Let's give him the league MVP. How about that? How about we do that?
There you go, chill.
How about we give
him
him
no
the
one
league
saying
MVP?
he should still win it. We're saying he would have won it if he didn't get hurt, but he did get hurt. So now we're talking about other people to win it. But we all know they were. We all know these guys were battling for seconds when Joel.
Hakeem never. Hey, chill. Hakeem never would have got a ring if Michael Jordan stayed in the league.
Well, he still would have.
And that's a fact. That's
That's not true.
This is the conversation we can have. Those Rockets were not beating those Bulls. I don't care about nothing.
Yes,
they winning in a game.
What's wrong with you?
All right, fellas. I got super chat, so let's go ahead and get on to it.
Hey, Ron, hold on, Ron.
What's
hold
up?
on, Ron, because one second, bro. I wanted to make sure that we show love to the real MVP.
Who is the real MVP?
The real MVP.
Who is the real MVP?
Don't say Sabonis.
Real MVP.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. Y'all chill out. The real MVP is a young lady by the name of Kieonna. By the name of Kieonna Christmas.
Oh,
who last night in her high school, Fonda Fultonville. The high school senior from Fonda Fultonville dropped 11 points, 20 rebounds, 11 assists, 10 steals,
glass cleaner.
Quintuple.
Y'all show love
Big
to
girl.
the young lady. Show love
The
to the
big
young lady,
girl.
Kieonna Christmas.
She
Hey,
had
can we
a quintuple-double. That's
Wait
pretty
a minute.
insane.
11 points. Can we get the big girl involved in the O a little bit more? What's the problem? Can we
She
get
was
the
doing
big girl
everything.
involved?
She was doing
20 boards,
everything.
11 assists, 10 steals, and 10 blocks.
Can we get the big girl involved in the game a little
I'll
bit
be
more?
honest.
Can
She
we
could
do
have been
that?
playing against. She could have been playing against a bunch of 8th graders. I still would have been impressed. I ain't going for-
I don't care.
That's pretty- that's an impressive line.
Varsity basketball.
Yeah, it's not enough time in the
Please.
clock. This is not enough. That's pretty
Yeah, that's
in a
in
regulation
high
high
school,
school game.
32
That's pretty
minutes,
crazy.
right? 8-minute
Yeah, that's
quarters.
pretty crazy. Yeah, that's
She
pretty
gets-
crazy.
Yeah. But go ahead, though, Ron. I had to make sure I shout out Kieonna Christmas because I know ain't
Yeah,
nobody
that
else.
was
gonna
pretty
do it.
insane. That's
I didn't
insane.
know. Where's she from, Big Ox? Where's this girl?
New York. I don't know.
I mean, you know where she's from.
I don't know where.
Northeast,
I don't.
baby.
I don't know where Fonda Fonville is. I'm not sure.
Come on,
If
chill. You know
that,
where
right?
she'll be from.
Okay,
She
all
be
right.
from the Northeast, man. You know that. You know that's where the
Makes-
jungle is.
makes
You know what
sense.
that is.
Watered
like
down
it.
competition over there. I get it.
What, you know, if you're not
Shout
in
out
New
to
York
her,
or New
shout out.
Jersey, you're not really hooping, huh? Honestly,
Well, you get your best 5 and come see my best 5.
You do
I'll take
not
the
want us
best
to
5.
come
I
out.
ain't gonna lie. The
love-
best 5 players. Yeah, we take the best 5 in
You
New
don't want
Jersey.
that.
We're killing
You don't
Seattle,
want that.
bro. I want you to
Hey,
know.
I
that.
love that last name,
We
bro.
killing
Kieonna
y'all.
Christmas,
Hey,
man.
y'all better go out to London or something.
All righty
Y'all
now.
y'all stay off this.
That
West Coast.
Kawhi Leonard
Y'all
Shaq
stay
combo. I
off
mean,
this West Coast.
that Kyrie Irving Shaquille O'Neal combo is OD, bro. I'm letting you know now.
Oh, you
Andra.
talking about historic play? I thought you were talking about right now.
Oh, we can go right now too. Dylan Harper. Let's talk about it. Learn.
Andra 15789 said top 3 most points per game scored plus assisted. 2023-24 Luka with 57.4. 73-74 Tiny Archibald averaged 56.7. 16-17 season James Harden averaged 56. Basically what he's saying is Luka Magic is the greatest showman. BITW MVP, by the way.
Best in the world.
Best in the world.
Yeah, I think that's what he meant. Best in the world. Good for him.
We got a couple new members. My man Sauce Man with the Kobe image became a member. Shout out to him. Big Vin, new member. Shout out to Big Vin. Shout out to Sauce Man. Also, OJ Juice Man became a member too. Shout out to him. Got the Paul George avatar. And last but not least, Visual Combo became a member. Shout out to all of our new members for tapping in. D Rose 30 as well became a member. I see after yesterday's episode of D Rose being top 10 all time, we got some D Rose people jumping in here. All right. Yersta sent through a super chat and said, wanted to give props to J-Rob and Bama for being the best host, especially J-Rob, and producing Pressbox into the second best. Yes. The second best PC show. Vibes are great. Started watching last week. New and old episodes. Keep it up, man. J-Rob, how does it feel to have
Hey,
second best?
I appreciate that. You know, we climbing. I appreciate that people are watching. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, me and Bama work hard on the press box. And so I appreciate, you know, people are recognizing that. And make sure y'all tap in, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to, you know, they said NFL couldn't make it on Player's Choice, but I guess, you know, we can, man. So appreciate that.
Wait, who you a fan of, bro?
Unfortunately, brother, do I have my
The
flag with
Ravens?
me? Nah, man.
Damn, you don't even
the
got
New York
the gear
Jets.
anymore. You threw it away.
The New York Jets, bro. The New York Jets,
I got
man.
you, bro.
Yeah. Born in, though.
Yeah.
Born in, man. I didn't have a choice.
Nah. Shout out to you, bro. I'm glad people loyal to the
Yes,
soil,
sir.
man.
Yeah, for sure. And make sure y'all pull up on Monday. We got a big debate for the title of number 1 rank on Pressbox. Debater rankings are getting shaked up on the Pressbox. So make sure y'all come through for a crazy triple threat.
And take your fan hat off, J-Rob, and put my boys back at the top. I know you don't want to see us there, but we're going to be there. So, and I know you don't want to see us on Super Bowl Sunday, but we're going to be there again. So, I don't know what to tell you, brother. Take that fan hat off.
I mean,
Take it off.
FanDuel is saying y'all are the favorites to win it all again.
We'll be back. We'll
I don't know
be
why.
back. So, we will be back. Will we win it? That's something different.
Yeah.
Winter said, off topic, did Ox get his merch yet? If not, Ron, what's the hold? I think that's why he's off right now. I think he's going to his mailbox to get it. I got an update that said it should be there by now. So I'm assuming he got it. But if not, you go get your merch. Stop worrying about Ox. Go get your merch. PlayersChoiceMerch.com. Go check it out. Go cop you something. Do yourself a favor. Mav Don said Luka carrying the top 3 injured team in the league to a great record, averaging 34, 10, and 9 efficiently, and somehow isn't the front runner for MVP.
Top 3 injured team.
Yeah,
What
they
does
had a
that
lot
mean?
of injuries.
His,
Meaning they're
his
top 3
starters
in
have missed
most
more
missed
time
games.
than any other team starters.
Well, we know who Kyrie Irving is, so it's not like Kyrie Irving just broke down all of a sudden. That's who he's been.
That doesn't change that Luka's been dealing with it.
But he knew that was going on right from the beginning. So it's not like he got him on the crew and it was going to change.
Wait,
So,
can I ask you a
and on top
question?
of
That still doesn't change that he's been dealing with that. If
Yes,
Porzingis goes down for Boston, we're not going to be like, well, we knew Porzingis was injury prone, so Jason Tatum isn't more valuable. Like, no, that doesn't make sense.
But it doesn't make
Kyrie
Luka
does
more
that.
valuable neither because he dealt with
It does because he's having to do it without Kyrie. That's the definition of value.
he had to do it without him last year. He had to do it without him the year before that.
Yes,
He was averaging 33 a
so
game.
valuable for so long.
So why does he have to be more valuable? He was doing it without Kyrie
Because
Irving.
the
When he was
team
averaging
is not
33.
missing the playoffs this year.
Well, they missed the playoffs last year because they could have made the playoffs too last year. By the way, they missed the playoffs because they
Luka
sat
for the last game. They didn't want to be a 10 seed. I mean, I guess.
Well, not the last game. I mean, I
They
think
did. They rested Luka for the last game against
for the
Wolves.
last game, but I think he missed a bunch of games at the end of the season too.
He was hurt.
Who, Luka?
Yeah, Luka got
Was he
hurt.
Yeah,
genuinely
Luka missed like 17 games last year. Yeah, he was hurt.
He got hurt. Yeah.
Now they sat him to end the
Right.
season, but that wasn't his decision, like at all.
Yeah, they sat him for the last game because it was like, what's
Yeah.
the point of being the 10
Yeah,
seed?
we don't need
But
to
he
make
was
the point.
hurt, and that's why they ended up. Him and Kyrie only played. I want to say like 12.
I ain't gonna
16
lie, they
games.
are so fun to watch though. Oh my goodness, they are fun to watch.
They're
I was
good,
watching
too.
them yesterday and
Come
thinking about what
on,
Mars said.
Jim.
No, I was watching them yesterday, and I was thinking about what Mars said, and it just got compounded watching him. That I don't think there's anybody in the league that scores as easy as he does.
Yo,
I don't think there's any that's
Who?
how many open layups Luka creates for himself, and how much space he creates when he's wide open. I haven't seen anybody that scores as easy as he does.
They
I
are
have.
fun to
They
watch.
was just going back and forth. Luka and Kyrie, like
I'm talking about on the perimeter. I ain't talking about on the box. Like,
Can I ask you a question? Chill Town? How far, like, what's your ceiling for the Mavericks? Because you were kind of taxing Luka for having to do so much, but like, isn't that what you want? A guy who could on any given playoff game be the very best player on the floor, go band for band with anybody. So, like, what's your ceiling for that team at this point from what you've seen so far? Do you think they got a real shot?
I don't think they can win it. No, I don't. But I do think that they could go deep into the playoffs because I've seen Luka do more with less. I've seen him take a team to the Western Conference Finals, and I think with this team, with that front line now with Gafford and PJ Washington, I think this is one of, if not the most talented team he's been on. My only issue with Luka, because I've seen this, is that how much he has to do, and more times than not, that's not conducive to winning.
I gotta say this though. I'll be honest. Right now, I got more confidence in Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving than I got in, I would say, the Phoenix Suns or the Los Angeles Clippers. To be honest with you,
I don't know what it is about. I don't know what it is about Phoenix, but he look at them like they a bucket of extra crispy. He wants all the smoke with them dudes. He don't want some of it or most of it. He want all the smoke with them dudes.
I just feel like with them, when those two are hot, bro, I just don't know how you deal with it. Like, they could do, to me, they do whatever they want. Even Kyrie, bro, like, even at this stage in his career, it's still ridiculous to watch him hoop. Like, the way he finishes around the basketball, like, I'm high on this Dallas Mavericks. I think they got a lot of firepower. I
said it yesterday. I'm tripping Kyrie. I'm straight tripping. What? I can't do nothing to stop him. I can't. I'm tripping him. I'm putting my foot out and I'm tripping him. I can't do nothing to stop him. That's the only way I'm stopping him.
Got some playoff series, I would say different, but I think that you got to crowd their space. I think players like that, you got to crowd their space, especially small guards to get the playoffs.
I was just thinking about last night. Now, when we get to the playoffs, now that's something completely different. We still waiting on 2016 Kyrie Irving, and it's 2024. We still waiting on that dude to come back. We haven't seen him yet.
Last night was a double masterclass. Not a single masterclass. Kyrie came out and gave you 17 in the first quarter. Keep in mind, I'm watching it on playback with all my dogs in the chat, all of our Players' Choice faithfuls. We watching it. Kyrie comes out and gets 17. JD like, he going for 45. I'm like, wait, not so fast, JD. I do think he's gonna get 30, but there's another man on the Mavericks who is gonna wake up and he's gonna get what he gets typically every night. lo and behold, they finished the game, and well, Luka had 40, but Kyrie still got his 30. But I'm like, when they going,
What can you do with them, bro? What can you do?
It's nothing you can do.
Yo.
And I don't know. I'm like, y'all remember, I was never high on the Mavs. After these new additions,
Yo.
Josh Green really playing like a competent
I like him, bro.
3D guy.
PJ Washington, who
shooters
would have
over
thought,
there.
bro?
PJ
I like
Washington,
PJ.
second KD.
PJ was good, man.
aggressive.
I like PJ, man. He's good.
Young, big athlete,
Listen.
nice rim runner, shooter.
You can guarantee one thing. They may not win the NCAA tournament, but them Kentucky Wildcats definitely gonna play some pro NBA basketball, man. They definitely some pros when they get to the league, bro. They definitely
Mark.
some pros.
Kevin Knox.
I gotta
might have
ask you,
something to say
Mars.
about that.
Oh, I forgot about him.
Is Daniel Gafford the best backup big in the league?
Backup
No.
or starting?
Backup center.
No, to me,
Backup.
no.
That title,
Minnesota.
as long as
Naz
JaVale
Reid.
McGee is in the league, JaVale McGee is the best backup big.
JaVale McGee.
No, it's-
JaVale McGee.
As long as JaVale
JaVale McGee.
In
I'm
2024.
going Naz Reid. I'm going Naz
I'm
Reid.
trolling. I'm trolling.
Oh, okay.
I'm going Naz Reid, man.
I mean, I would have accepted Andre Drummond.
Daniel, what other backup bigs are in the league right now?
Naz Reid.
Andre Drummond.
Nah, Drummond,
Nah,
Gafford.
Nas
You don't
Reid
like
is
Nas?
Nas Reid is a 4. Like,
Yeah, he a 4. He's not a 5 man. He a 4 man.
He's a 5 though. He's not. I mean, I guess.
he a 4.
I guess.
Uh,
Hardenstein, Knicks.
Hardenstein.
I like
Xavier
Hardenstein.
Tillman now. Isaiah
Oh
Hardenstein.
no, we packing up
Oh,
too. We know.
what about do you count? I mean,
Mo Wagner.
Trace Davis.
Yeah, Trace
He don't even get
Davis.
PT because Steve Kirby hate him.
Yo, but he's good though. He's good though. I like
he's
his game.
he's nice. He's nice. It's probably Hartenstein or Gafford, unless I'm missing someone obvious.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're missing your man in Philly, Mark, Mr. Reed, who we saw go for 30.
Oh,
Yeah, we don't forget about him. Oh.
Okay, yeah,
I'm trying to think.
I like him.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone know something?
Bobby Portis
think
just
that's
is
it.
no mention.
Bobby
Portis
Portis
is
is
a 4
trash.
man.
That's why, because he's terrible.
Nah,
And he's a
Yeah, I don't think.
Um,
I don't think he's that good either.
I'm
He
saying
used to be
that's
good,
big.
and now he's terrible. So
Kelly
I'm
Olynyk. Kelly Olynyk.
Olynyk.
He back up Jakob.
Kelly Olynyk is nice. It'll be Steven Adams next season. That's what I can say.
Steven Adams.
Next
Word,
season will be
word.
Steven Adams. You guys are just lucky he hurt right now.
Word.
Yeah.
Word.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I'll probably say Daniel Gafford or Hartenstein. That's probably where I'm at with it.
Yeah, I like Hardenstein. That's my dog. Shout out to the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like Hartenstein a lot. Should have stayed.
Motor, man.
Should
Shout
have
out to
stayed in
that
Houston.
motor.
We could use
Shout out to
Hartenstein
Motor.
right now.
Shout out to
We
Motor.
could for sure use Hartenstein right now.
Shout out to the motor tax, man. Hairston, all motor.
Couple more super chats. Yersta sent through a follow-up super chat to the last one and said, well, the second best show after the panel, since the panel has most of the main dudes, but from the rest of the shows, definitely the best. The setup, the energized hosting, it's hilarious watching y'all, bro.
I appreciate that, man.
Nobody has anything else to say about this.
Yo, no.
Nobody.
Somebody's opinion.
Yester enjoys press box. I mean,
yeah, like come on.
we're
bro.
on the same platform. If someone enjoys the shows, I'm not about to be like, you enjoy that show? I'm not like, you enjoy the show?
Thank you, Mars.
Team
Team player. Thank you, Mars. Team player.
I'm not about to be like, nah, you should
Yo,
put
he
open
already
gym
know.
because I'm on it. Like, nah,
He
but
already
enjoy your
conceded that the
show.
show that y'all on right now is the best show. He said I'm the second best show.
And Yester still
Mars
shows love
has
on
his
open
own
gym.
show outside of this. And Chill has
Yester still
two
shows love on
outside of
open
this.
gym.
But
just
they
because
on
he
the
prefers
biggest
press
show.
box,
They're
that's
main
not
cast on the biggest show. They're stars. They're stars. They're stars already. They're made men. They're made men already. They're stars. Stop it, Ron. Stop it.
Anyone's entitled to have their favorite show. There's probably some people whose favorite show is like Gridiron or something because they just prefer the NFL to the NBA. Like, I'm not about to be like, no, you should prefer the panel because it's the best show. Like, no, whatever.
Right.
You know, I
As
love hosting.
long as you're watching the channel, I'm not gonna care which shows you prefer.
I love hosting the press box, but I ain't gonna lie. My second favorite hosting gig ain't hosting open field. It's hosting chill with my That's my second favorite gig hosting. So come on, guys. You know, be like that.
There's plenty of people that I've talked to that they love Fluent and Chill because they dig Haley. So they got nothing to do with me. They got nothing to do with me. They dig Haley. So I'm like, word. Tune in.
Shout out Dub Host.
Mhm.
Dub Host Haley. Almighty Lambo said, if Kyrie wins a ring with Luka, where does he rank all-time number twos?
This is nasty. So before we answer this question, where is he right now? How about that? Let's start there. Where is he
Kyrie?
right now? Yes.
I don't have a list.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
Dudes. Yeah, I don't
Right. That's what I'm talking about, though.
I know where you're going with this.
It's nasty, yo. It does.
I know where you're going with this, but if Kyrie legitimately wins another ring,
top 5 for sure. Top 5.
Oh my god!
What I'm talking about, right?
Championship, Kyrie is balling. We
all know balling, bro.
Kyrie's going to be the first player to go from a championship, mid-playoff runs, and then 24, another championship, and still get viewed as an elite number 2 option consistently. It's crazy, bro. Whatever.
Unbelievable. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Top 5.
Exactly.
Top 5. Can he be top 5?
So if he's top 5, that has to mean J-Rob that he's close.
Pimping. Kevin Durant.
What? Wait, ever?
Yes.
No, he's joking. He's joking. He's mild.
The only time Kyrie's been healthy and played badly in the playoffs is 2019.
Right.
Who's the best number 2 to play the
So,
game?
like, what are we talking about? Like, we're acting like Kyrie just goes to the playoffs and plays terribly.
Swiper. Who's the best 2 to play the game?
Kareem to Magic.
What?
Yes, Kareem or Magic, whichever one.
That 50-year-old Kareem is the best number 2 ever.
No, I'm not.
Early 80s.
I think
70,
Pippen is the
79.
best number 2
Early
ever.
80s Kareem wasn't even a number 2.
Number 2. Yeah, he wasn't a number 2. He wasn't.
He didn't take the back. He didn't swipe it.
Whoever you want to. Whoever you want to put on that list.
Was he a
whoever
2?
you want to put on that list.
Was he a 2 Magic's first year with the? Was he?
No,
Magic?
he was the best
he was
player on
not.
the team.
Thank you. No, I know that. But that's
And
what
the
I'm
year
saying.
after that.
In the year after that, I don't think he was
And the year
either.
after that.
Thank you.
Well, the year after that, they lost in
my dog
round
sniper history
1
lesson.
to Houston.
Give my
Right.
dog
Magic-
sniper
Magic
him.
Whoever
They
you
won
want to
again
put
in
there.
82.
No
Kareem?
issue. But if you're giving me Magic or Kareem, I'm probably gonna put them
To
at
me,
the top
it's
of the list.
pimping, bro. To me, it's pimping.
But when Magic was a number 2 in 1980, he's not better than Kevin Durant.
Facts.
So
90
about those
Facts.
years, KD was number 2?
Rookie Magic
Wait,
Johnson is not better than Kevin Durant. We're not about
What was KD? You're saying never mind, because that's a whole different.
because J-Rob said
conversation.
KD.
Steph
You can
KD
say
number
Steph.
2.
Say whichever one you want. Rookie Magic
I
Johnson.
don't
is better
care.
than
I
either
don't care. I 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 don't care.
There's no case for Rookie Magic Johnson to be better than KD.
What
or
happened? You
Steph.
go down
There's
the
no
rabbit
case.
hole fight? What
There's
happened?
no
I
case.
don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
There is
Whichever one,
literally-
pick one.
There's zero
Pick one.
case. There's
Pick
zero
one.
case
Whichever
for
one.
Magic Johnson as a rookie to be better than Pete.
No,
KD
you
or
can
Pete
euro the convo. I'm good with that. But I'm saying I'm not. You're bringing up Kyrie in 5, and there's I don't know how many names I would have to get through, but I would even think of Kyrie as a number 2 option that I would want above a
You know
lot
what I
of
mean?
different players.
I don't rank
championship
number
fight,
2s.
but
I just know Magic
doesn't
Johnson
change
isn't
that.
better than Kevin Durant or Steph.
Nobody's arguing that, Mars, and there's no
That's
way
what
that
I'm saying.
anybody's going to argue.
Yeah,
that.
I'm not even. It's not even a point that I'm bringing.
And this is what I'm talking about,
Magic
Swiper.
Johnson.
The idea that there's so many names that you could come up with before you say Kyrie, and the fact that him winning the NBA championship would catapult him to now being in that conversation is ludicrous.
But they're not even favorites now for a reason. It ain't just because of Luka's team other than Kyrie. Like, I think some of this is like there's a reason why people would favor multiple teams still to this day over the Mavericks. And like, I think Kyrie's incredible, man. But like, I just, I think people are really like they're enamored with the skill set and everything, which I get and I understand. But like, if you're just gonna put like a number 2 option together, I mean, even in the Western Conference, like it's stacked. The West is stacked in number 2 options.
Yo, but check this out though.
Klay Thompson was a great 2.
Here's the thing. Like when we're talking about the 1As and 1Bs, that's a little different. When we're talking about Kobe and Shaq, when we're talking about Magic and Kareem, when we're talking about those type of duos, it's a little different. Like obviously Magic clears or Kareem clears.
Wait, what year was Kobe at 1B?
If you're talking about, it doesn't matter. Just how you say it doesn't matter. Those guys clear, but that's 1A, 1B type. That's legitimately 2 number 1 options playing on the team. When we're talking about in Kyrie's situations, next to Bron, he was a clear-cut number 2. Next to Luka, if they go and win the championship, he's going to be a clear-cut number 2. When we're talking about those type of situations, Kyrie has a horse in the race, like it or not. I'm not saying he's the greatest, but if we're talking about top 10, possibly even top 5, we're talking about another hypothetical. If he wins this year and balls out similar to 2016, Kyrie got a horse in the race. I don't care. what nobody
Well,
says.
thankfully,
Yeah, for
we won't
sure,
have to
he'll
worry
definitely
about
have a
it.
horse in the race if they
We
go. To,
won't.
they win the
Right,
championship.
but
Thankfully,
you'd have-
we-
you'd have to-
Thankfully, we don't have to worry about
horses are in,
this.
what horses are in the race right now?
I feel like the two.
No
would you
one ever
consider-
ranks the
Oh,
best
let me
number
ask-
twos of all
Facts.
time. It
I
just
agree
goes
with
Scottie
that.
Pippen
here's-
and them vibes. No one
here's
else
what
has
we're
any
gonna
other
do.
names. So like,
Here's
who's
what
in
we're
the
gonna
race right now?
The next episode that I get J Rob on here and Swiper on here,
Gotcha.
what we're gonna do is we're gonna tier all-time number twos.
But hold on,
gonna
but this is
rank
my
these guys.
question though. What's the criteria for a 2? Because I'm
No,
gonna say KD.
we're gonna-
I'm
we're
gonna
gonna
say
figure
KD,
it out.
but you just
Oh,
said it's
KD
1A,
and Steph
1B
too.
thing.
Katie
He
and Steph,
did. He
that's
said
another 1A,
1A.
1B.
He
I
said
knew I was
the
forgetting
1A,
one.
1B is a different nuance. But if you ask me, I'm gonna say KD.
KD and who?
Katie and Steph.
It wasn't 1A and 1B. Steph took a back seat to him. He was the second.
Here's what I'm saying. What
Stop,
come
bro.
up with our
Stop with that.
criteria?
Mars, how do you feel
We
about that,
might, we
Mars?
might have to leave those guys off. We might have to leave KD,
I
Steph.
don't care about 1, 2. I don't care about hierarchies. Like this doesn't affect me. Call Steph the number 2 all you want. I don't care. I still think he was better than him. Like, I don't care.
Give me
This number
AD.
two
Give me
is-
AD over some of these guys, man.
Like, I don't
AD as
care. If
number
you want to
2.
call Steph the number 2, you want to call KD the number 2. I don't care.
Oh
We've
my
never ranked
God.
number 2s ever.
Facts.
We just say Scottie
Facts.
Pippen's the best.
I mean, we.
sidekick and
Well,
move
go
on.
ahead,
Like,
Ron, because
we've never
Ron's got
done
a point here, and I'm really interested in hearing this.
We've
Ron's
never
got
done
to
this.
We got to figure out the criteria. Then we got to
Facts.
go through and do what nobody else has done. See, this is what differentiates player's choice from your favorite choice or whatever other choice.
Your favorite choice.
We get down to the bottom of things, to the nitty-gritty. We
Yeah,
got to
the
figure out
important
who's the
questions,
best
yes.
number 2 of all time. Then we got to tear them out and see who's really the elite of the elite and who's just
Kyrie ain't gonna make tier. He's not gonna be in
He's
tier
not. He's not.
2. He's not even gonna be in tier
He's
2.
not.
I'm interested to see.
He is
I'm
not.
interested to see.
All right,
Yo,
all right,
listen.
all right.
Now that I got you back, we're going to get into our segment of the day. All right. Brought to you by the good guys over at Pressbox. Today, they're provided our segment of the day.
Shout out
I
to
was
the
on
Pressbox.
playback last night, and we got into a Kyrie versus Steph debate. But not all time, not overall, and this, that, and the third. Just scoring. Ironically, we talked about Kyrie just a second ago. We're going to get into some more Kyrie stuff. Just scoring. I got a list of criterias. I got some categories, and I'm going to ask you guys around the room, how do you feel and who do you have? All right, the categories. The categories for this. Let me pull it up.
Nah, Kyrie versus Steph. This is crazy.
Strictly scoring. We're just
It's
talking
not,
about
it's
strictly
not that.
scoring.
It's not that crazy.
not-
We're talking
Scoring?
strictly scoring. Strictly
I'm not
scoring.
gonna lie.
Oh, it's
yes.
Steph.
Yeah,
It's
we're gonna go through the categories.
Yeah,
that's
that's
easy.
easy.
Steph not gonna win many of them. I can just say that. now.
Finish.
No. I didn't know it was just
Facts.
scoring. I didn't know it was just scoring. I thought it was like.
All right, let's get to it, Ron.
Is it
Yeah, I'm
that
ready.
simple? Because Swipe saying that, like, why are we even having this
Yeah,
conversation?
because he can be like, oh, he's relative to
Yeah.
shooting, and
Yeah, I don't-
Like, we don't care. We're not talking about that.
Or
We're not talking
or just even finishing. Who's the better finisher? Well, one's a better finisher of the career, but never gets talked about. But whatever. You know, it's all good.
See. Go ahead, Ron.
All right, here we go, y'all.
All right.
Steph and Kyrie. The categories that we have is finishing, pick and roll scoring. Hold on, wait, because we got company in here. All right, let's get to it. We got enough in here to make this happen. Damo, your timing is impeccable. Steph versus Kyrie scoring and strictly scoring. We got finishing,
Hey, Damo,
pick and
pass
roll
that, yo.
scoring.
Pass that. Pass that.
You know I will.
Finishing, pick and roll scoring, creativity,
Hey,
post
Damo.
scoring, off ball scoring, floaters,
Mhm.
mid range, ethicalness. Yes,
Uh-oh.
ethicalness.
So we adding ethical buckets to this now.
Efficiency. You know, I had to do that for my man Damo. Efficiency and overall scoring. Is it any other categories that you think we should add, chat?
Clutch. Clutch matters.
Gymnast.
There we go. There we go.
Aura.
Clutch matters.
I guess.
Or is fire.
Was there no ISO category?
Scoring. Ain't that part of it?
Nah, yeah. Put an ISO category. Put an ISO
Okay,
category.
sure.
We need ISO. Yeah, we need ISO.
You got off ball, right?
Off ball.
Yeah.
I believe I seen off ball. Yeah.
Off ball.
You got off ball, but no ISO. See, you were trying to let Steph win. See, I see what's going on.
Everything against my guy Kyrie, man. Anything to discredit Kyrie.
Facts. shot difficulty. What the hell? What's more difficult than pulling up from 30 feet off the bounce? Are you kidding me?
I mean, shot making ability, low key could be a category.
I've been waiting to see you.
That's because I would like to see different perspectives on that.
I think shot making ability should be a category. Like, just who's the toughest shot maker?
Like degree of difficulty.
Where Damo at? Damo.
However you want to word it. Yeah.
Degree of difficulty, shot making.
Shot difficulty about that dunk contest, brother.
What's up?
What did you think of that dunk contest, brother? We never talked about it since that convo before All-Star.
Oh, I fucked with it. I mean, I liked it for the most part. I knew Jaylen Brown shouldn't have been there. I said that beforehand. I knew he should have been there.
Yeah. Give me the G Leaguers in the finals though. Don't star tax. Don't star tax. Don't star tax.
And again, as long as the dunks are good, the dunk contest will be fine. But they can't just sit there and say, "Oh, we need a name." No, whoever's trying to dunk or doing great dunk. Obi Toppin and Mac would have went crazy.
Yeah, I agree.
Jacob Toppin. I'm sorry, Jacob Toppin.
Jacob Toppin.
Respect.
He does look a lot like his brother, so it's hard to differentiate. I do think he look a lot like.
I agree.
All right, y'all. So I'm putting this together right now, making a chart just so we can keep track of everything. I've taken floaters off because we can just add that simply into either creativity or finishing. So that's off. So right now we got finishing, post scoring, pick and roll scoring, creativity, ethicalness, off ball scoring, mid range, efficiency, ISO buckets, clutch, and just who's better overall.
Okay. All
right, let's get into it. We're going to keep this fairly simple. We're just going to go around the room. We're going to start with Damo and work our way around. Damo, Mars, Swiper, J-Rob, Ox, and Chill. All right, first, we got finishing. It's on you, Damo.
Wait, I was chopping. I ain't gonna lie.
Talk about Kyrie Irving.
It's finishing. Kyrie versus Steph. Who a better finisher?
Oh, better finisher? Oh, Kyrie, easy.
All right, Mars.
Kai.
We still got him. It's on you, Swipe.
It's Steph Curry.
Oh,
Kyrie Irving.
J-Rob said Kyrie. I'm thinking on finishing. I would actually have to go with Steph. Because I mean, finishing means just finishing from all over, right? Like,
right. Don't just mean at the rim. It does not just mean at the rim.
Explain.
It doesn't just mean.
I believe finishing just means actually finishing the bucket, like finishing the play. Finishing
means around the rim. Ron, clarify.
Come on. Stop.
Finishing is around the rim.
Finishing around the rim. It is finishing around the rim.
Come
on.
Okay, that's Kyrie. That's Kyrie.
Okay, there we go.
I'm not dead ass.
I knew Ox couldn't think it was finishing around the rim.
He's not dead ass.
I'm just looking at it from all around.
He's being that.
I understood what you meant, but we had to clarify. It's finishing around the rim.
Thank you, Mars. I'm not.
Don't bail him out. He knew what the hell he was doing.
Nah, he knows.
No, I was on.
He's not serious. He's not serious.
I mean, I assume that was the same reason why Swiper said Steph.
No, because Swiper gonna bring up Steph's percentages.
You can't
and ignore the fact that teams just play high on Steph because he can shoot from 30 feet and he gets way more open layups than Kyrie does. He's gonna ignore that.
What the hell kind of logic is that, Mars?
Because you finishing ability.
Because you can shoot. Wait. Whoa.
There's no way this is where we argue. There's no way.
Wait.
Because if it's finishing at the rim, then it's Kyrie.
We're going to ignore all the context of how they get their shots.
No, we're not. No, Mars. We're not going to do that. Go ahead.
My man didn't even say anything. Can we at least let him give his explanation?
That's going to be his explanation. You coming up with 67.8% in the restricted area. Kyrie's at 62, so if you think about it, he's 5% better. So yeah, he's a better finisher. That's going to be the argument. Like, I'm not stupid because I know the numbers too. It's just done.
Damn, Swiper, he flaming you based on a hypothetical argument.
I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say to that eye test merchant over there. He can keep talking.
Oh, sorry, I watched the game. I apologize. My fault. I'm the bad guy for watching the game of basketball. Let me
I like
just
the eye
pull up the
test.
0 to
W
3
test.
feet numbers.
No,
We don't need to
yeah.
watch the games. Let me just pull
Yo,
up the
Hey,
0 to
Ron,
3 feet.
Ron,
More
didn't I
analytics.
tell you?
Eye test.
I specifically told you this, Ron, the other day I was in Seattle. I told you something different about Mars. I said Mars on one right now, and it's because he has stepped on this side of the line from the stat guy in L
Yeah,
basketball.
shout out to that eye test, man.
Hey,
Shout
L
out to that-
basketball.
Yeah, shout out to that eye test,
from-
man. Fuck them
Mars
analytics.
went
See, that's the
from
problem,
a
man.
bona fide
Kyrie's only at
stat guy.
62% from 0 to 3 feet for his career.
Mars,
Steph's at
hold on,
65.
hold
So
on. Rewind,
clearly,
Mars.
Steph's better. Like, clearly.
So we're clear. So we're clear at the rim. It's Irv. No doubt about that. I won't argue
Yeah,
that it's Irv.
for sure.
But Mars, you got to give me better logic than the fact that he gets crowded at the long ball line and that I can get past you
If
to
Steph
get to the
is
rim.
getting
That's
wide
not
open
enough.
layups because teams are selling out to his ability to shoot, that doesn't make him a better finisher. That's just common sense.
Well, why is he getting wide open layups? That's his fault for getting wide open layups. And Kyrie
Yeah,
Irving
I'm not
plays in
saying it's
traffic?
his fault, but if we're talking about the ability to finish, and one, because they aren't the best shooter ever, doesn't get the same treatment from out there. So their layups are not only more difficult, more contested, less space, more crafty, better
Right.
touch. But because Steph, A, works off the ball, the amount of layups he gets off back cuts, wide open. The amount of
Right.
times teams will overplay and he gets a wide open layup. I'm not
Right.
saying he doesn't have touch, but when we're looking at the difference in percentages, which is always going to be the argument for Steph, because that's the only
Right.
argument, the 3% gap can be explained by the degree of difficulty around the rim. Like, that's why you can't just blindly use the numbers. It's like saying someone who shoots 40% on threes when every single three is wide open versus someone who shoots 37% on threes when they're self-creating, shooting from deeper,
Right, I get
and
that.
a higher degree of difficulty.
Right.
The 40% guy is a better shooter. That would be stupid.
So-
That's my whole point. We can't just say, oh, when Kyrie shoots a low percentage at the rim, so Steph's a better finisher, because you go down a very slippery slope of calling people better at certain things that they're not better at. That's my point.
So are we taxing Steph Curry because he plays in a better offense, because he's got a
It's
better
not
IQ?
tact, it's understanding context.
Well, that's what it sounds like, Mars, because I'm not going to give a guy.
Someone gets easier looks at the rim. It's easy to understand why they shoot 3% higher for their career.
Well, there's a reason why I'm getting easier looks. I know when to attack the basket. I know when not to attack the basket. I know when to play in traffic. I know when not to play in traffic. The offense is conducive to my game when I play off the basketball. So I'm not going to tax a guy
That
for
doesn't
that.
make you a better finisher. Sure, call him smarter. Good for him. That doesn't make him a better finisher.
Well, but Mars, in with that being said, though, specifically, I'm looking at the shooters aspect of it, from like three-point shooters aspect, a little different, closer to the rim. But from a shooting aspect, I do see now. I can see somebody that shoots better shots, more open shots. I would consider them a better shooter than somebody that's forcing up bad shots. Now, and that's just specifically from like the 3-point range. I could see making that argument. Well, he might make harder shots, but he's taking more harder shots because this guy's, waiting to create an easier shot. I would say that makes you a better shooter.
No, I'm not talking about someone taking only. How do I explain this?
Mind you, Mars, keep going. I want you to keep going, but I think Irv's a better finisher at the rim. I want to make sure.
Yeah, because you watch the game. It's like saying we see how OKC how teams treat Josh Giddey, right? In terms of they leave him wide open.
Yes. Get Giddey off the floor, Mars.
If Josh Giddey were to hypothetically shoot 39% from three, and we see the context of how his threes come about, that doesn't make him a better 3-point shooter than a guy like Trae Young, who shoots 37%. When we see how his 3-point shots are generated, because there's clearly a clear difference in not only how they're generated, the self-creation, the creativity, and the way teams treat your ability around the rim. Steph doesn't get the same treatment as Kyrie around the rim. Some of that's due to the Golden State offense, some of that's due to his ability to shoot, and some of that might be due to Kyrie having worse shot selection. Sure, I can factor in all of those things. But when we watch Kyrie around the rim, we see the degree of difficulty, the ability with both hands, the craft, the touch. 3% is not enough to say, well, Steph's a better finisher. Like, it's just not. Like, that can't be the
100%.
argument. Because the only argument Steph has, literally, the only argument Steph can have over Kyrie in terms of finishing at the rim is the percentage. Because with his left hand, Kyrie's better. Kyrie has better touch. Kyrie has better floaters. Like, the only argument Steph has is percentages. And when we can watch how these shots are generated, you can't tell me a 3% gap is enough to make that difference. Like, you can't.
Right.
I can't be convinced of that. It's impossible.
If we're talking, once again, I want to say, if we're talking about at the rim, I don't got to think about it. It's Kyrie Irving.
It's like saying Steph's a better finisher than Allen Iverson at the rim, and just ignoring all context of the era they played in.
Well, nobody would say that, Mars.
Swiper.
Who
Who's
would
better
say
finisher?
that? Nobody
Steph,
would say that.
yeah.
Fellas, we got to get to the next.
Do
topic.
not,
But before we
Ron.
do-
No, Ron. No.
Here you go.
No,
Here you
Ron.
go.
Back to him.
Gotta get
Swipe
to
it,
it.
swipe it.
I
Who's
can't
the better finisher? Steph or
believe,
AI?
I can't believe
No.
y'all trying to like.
Here goes.
I'm 7% at the rim, so I want to know who's the best.
Listen, yeah,
finisher.
Ron. We don't let him off the hook, Ron.
Swipe up, blink
No,
twice, and I got
no, I'm curious. Because
No.
maybe if he said
Come
AI,
outside.
maybe
We're not finna jump you.
Quiet. Hey,
Swiper, say
hey,
super
hey,
chat to
hey,
the
Come
hey,
outside. We're not finna
hey,
jump you.
hey, Swiper.
No, I'm curious.
Sir, who is a better finisher at the rim? Curry or Allen Iverson?
I would like to also let it be known that I haven't said a word in the last 10 minutes while Mars is going on that soliloquy. Didn't say anything about anything, but I appreciate the effort and energy you put into that. It's obviously Allen Iverson, given the context of the era that they existed in. No problem. I have no issue with that. But I could also apply context, but I think that will belabor the point. But let's just continue on with the other aspects of scoring that I'm sure y'all will give to Kyrie over.
Shout out to Allen Iverson, man. Shout
Shout out to AI. AI's in the draft, y'all. I hope y'all go get him. I hope they go get him with the number 1 pick.
What draft?
This NBA draft coming up. Allen Iverson's
Oh
in
my
there.
God! Please.
You calling Rob Dillingham AI?
AI Kyrie, AI Curry
Yeah,
fusion, baby.
J-Rod.
I don't
He
I
is
don't care.
Bones
I
Highland with some
don't
bop in it,
care.
man.
I don't
I'm here
agree
for.
with you.
That's Bones
I don't
Highland
agree.
with
No,
some bop.
I admit I was saying Bones
Y'all made
Highland
him a
this
bone
season.
care
He
what
better
you
than
say.
Bones.
I'm letting you know right now,
No,
Damo.
he's
I'll say it
wrong,
on
man.
record. I'll say it on
Wrong,
record. If I had the number 1 pick in the draft, give me Rob Dillingham.
And you will
I
be
don't give a
fired.
shit.
You will
Give
be
me Rob
fired.
Dillingham.
Adrian
Number
Griffin,
one?
you will be fired. Jacques Vaughn,
If I think Curry's in the draft, if I think Kyrie Irving's in the draft, I think Allen Iverson's in the draft. I'm taking him number 1. So if I feel that way about the kid,
you're taking
yes,
over Sarr.
over Sarr. I don't give a damn. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm not
nigga.
gonna lie.
Ron, get us out of this.
I
Ron,
like
get us out of this rabbit
Get
hole,
me
Ron.
fired. Listen, get me
Get us out
fired.
of this rabbit hole,
Listen, I
Ron.
look at it
Nah,
like this.
last
I
time
look
I
at
tried
this.
to get somebody out of a rabbit hole, it was shut up.
Get us out of this rabbit hole,
I don't care
Ron.
about the
Let me
rabbit
get
hole.
that.
I don't care about
Can
the
we
rabbit
get
hole.
back
This is how I
on
feel. This
J
is how I
Rob?
feel about
Wild
this
as hell
player.
right now.
I think
Taking over
I think small
Bruce
guards.
J Rob not watching the international prospects. It's cool.
I have.
No,
I
he
swear to
doesn't.
God, I have. I
Guard.
swear to God, I have. Bro, Mars, I lived in Australia. I covered the NBA. It was my first gig in writing. I know what's going on.
There's more international prospects than
I'm-
just Sarr. You ain't
I'm
watching
just saying.
Zachary Risashi.
Yo, he's nice too.
You ain't watching him. You ain't watching
What's the young Frenchman's name? He's nice too. I'm rocking with cuz. They're all nice. But all I'm saying is my perspective has changed just because there's a lot of small guards in the NBA over the last few years who are actually damn near game-changing players. I like Rob Dillingham. Listen, I could be
Name
wrong.
5.
You don't play like them.
J-
The only
I understand
comparison
that.
would be
Small
Trae Young, but
guards.
he's not as
5
good as Trae.
small guards.
Jalen,
5 small guards.
Kyrie, Curry, Jalen Brunson.
That came in over the last couple of years. No. The small guards that you said that came in the last couple of years, right? Or did you?
I just mean like total. I'm just saying small guards, period.
Okay,
I'm saying small guards, period.
Okay.
Listen. I want y'all to know. I'm not about to sit here and debate that. Sarr, the Frenchman, I don't want to just butcher his name. Those guys have way more upside than Rob. I'm not even discrediting that. Obviously, just because of their
So
size.
you think Rob has a better floor? You think there's less?
I think, bro. I just feel like the way I'm looking at the game now, and the way I'm looking at some of these players play, I'm not gonna get lost in athleticism. I think this man is a shirt of Mars. I'll be honest, and I could be dead wrong. I'm not. This is just me projecting on this kid. But the way I feel about him with the basketball in his hands, projecting just means like projecting. I think he's gonna be. Pause.
I know.
I just feel like when I look at him, I think at his peak, some of these top small guards, the Jalen Brunsons, the Currys, the Trae Youngs, the Kyrie Irvings, I think he could be that type of player. And I could be dead wrong. But the way
J-Rob,
he come off the bench,
he's dynamic.
And he's dynamic. His offense is
Have you guys not been watching him?
I truly have a lot of faith.
I'm just saying he's not the number 1 pick. Preseason, I was like, he's a late first round pick.
I have a lot of faith. I have a lot.
He's very good.
I'm not changing.
I just don't think there's a case for him to go in the top 3.
I'm not, bro. I think if you look at some of these mocks, Mars, he's gonna go top 5, bro. I swear to God, I think.
And whoever picks him is fired, bro.
I don't agree with that. I don't think so.
Whoever picks him, if there's a team that picks him,
I'm not just chatting. I have an opinion,
is going to get fired within the next year. I put my life savings on it.
Almighty C Boogie. If Mars started saying that shit, you would have put that thing in his mouth.
I just don't think the upside is well.
You're talking about Nation Ball. You're talking about Nation Holland. Oh my God, you're talking about Bones. You're talking about another.
I don't think he's Bones. I don't think he's Bones.
I'm not with
Stop. Because y'all feel like y'all have a perception of Bones.
I don't think he's Bones.
I think very highly of Bones. I think Bones is a phenomenal player. I think Bones is nice, but I think there is a clear ceiling on the type of player that Bones Highland is. I think Rob Dillingham is that same type of player. There is going to be a clear ceiling on what Rob Dillingham is.
I could be dead wrong.
I'm not saying he's effective. I'm not saying he's not effective. What I am saying is there's going to be a clear cap on what he's able to do, especially because of his size, unless he just bulks the hell up, which even then, I don't think is going to be a thing. There is going to be a clear ceiling with the kid, and that's fine. But saying he should go 1, saying he's top 5, I do not agree. You get fired.
I might get fired, but then if it works, I'm a genius, brother. Like it could go either way. Listen, it's an opinion, Damo. It is an opinion, bro.
Can we get back to Steph?
You can be stressed out about it.
Can we get back to Curry, please?
But I'm getting Iverson, Kyrie, Curry vibes. I'm getting those vibes from him, brother. I am. So that's how I feel about it. I'm gonna just go on a feeling, bro. That's what some of this GM shit is. I'm going with a feeling.
I was
going with a feeling.
He's definitely better than
I could dead be wrong. I'm going with a feeling.
All right, fellas. We
As a
gotta
GM?
move off of Rob Dillingham.
As good as I thought he was.
We got to move off of Rob Dillingham. Unfortunately, we're not going to get to the Steph and Kyrie versus just yet. We'll get there, but just yet. My man Dale hit me, and he said he has a question that he has to ask.
Hey, everyone.
Dale, the floor is yours. What's going on, Dale?
How y'all doing?
What's up, brother?
Amazing.
How's life?
Running good, Joe. Running good.
Beautiful.
Normally when I pull up, I don't have no what's the name. Today I am pulling up with a Kevin Durant propaganda though.
Let's hear it.
Today is the KD propaganda.
Let's hear it.
It's not a hearing. I was just honestly a simple question. I was wondering how many people on the panel saw his interview who watched it. Did you guys talk about it yet? I've been pretty busy. I don't know.
No, we haven't.
I saw a little bit of it.
The one he did on his platform.
Yeah.
I did because I like what he said about the leadership stuff when people be on his ass about being a leader.
That and I don't think I ever been in a conversation on this thing where it's like in depth about the way he leads. So I was just wondering, but I didn't see it. So I guess the question is,
I watched it. I seen it.
Only one person watched it. I was hoping Damo got to see it because he has fiery takes.
I'm definitely one of the people that questions leadership. I didn't see it though. I heard he talked about being a leader, and I just scrolled past it.
We can always do our homework though. If you let us know exactly which part, I'll make sure
I
send it to the guys.
No, I just wanted to know people's definition of leadership. That's all. Because like Damo already said, I don't think he's a leader. So Damo has his own definition. I know old Chill would have his own. Oh, we have a new person. Hey, what's up?
That's Swiper.
What's up,
Brody?
Great name.
What's up, man?
Amazing name. Wow.
That's Dale.
That's an amazing name. Wow.
Nice to meet you, Dale.
Wow. Swiper. Like scamming?
No, not that kind of swiper. No, not that kind of swiper, Dale. Focus. Let's get back on KD, Dale.
Right. Yeah. So,
Hey,
Damo, what is your reasons for saying he's not a good leader?
I've always felt that Kevin Durant just wasn't it's a bunch of assumptions. It's nothing really that I've heard or that I've seen. I'm not in the locker room. I'm not in the know with Kevin Durant. So it's really a bunch of assumptions based off of social media antics, things that I've seen on there, the burner accounts to defend himself or talk about his teammates, things like that. I deem that bad leadership qualities, but a lot of guys who are deemed good leaders have bad leadership qualities. It's just about winning. Kevin Durant's never, in my opinion, he's never been in a situation to win while being seen as the guy on the team without joining it outside of the Warriors stint. Outside of the Warriors stint, he had a shot with the Nets that didn't work because of injury, and then how that situation ended was kind of bad. So not really I don't want to say he's a bad vocal leader because I'm not in the locker room. I don't know if he's not what he is saying to guys, what he's not saying to guys. That's really it.
It was a terrible look the way he talked about his teammates last year. In the situation, it was a terrible look. That was a terrible look. And then also, there was a lot of examples there. We can go down the list.
Yeah. Like I actually probably had this conversation with you, but I wanted to ask Ox this question: is Kawhi a good leader?
I don't think so.
No, I'm
I mean,
talking about not Ox. I meant Damo.
Damo.
Is Kawhi a good leader? Just based on everything you just said.
To me,
Yeah.
again, based off not based off what I'm seeing or what I think, no.
Okay, so why this is what I've noticed with Kevin Durant, everything is nitpicked. Like, why people even talking about his leadership so much? Like,
Because of his road, because of the road he's been on.
Yeah,
And the expectations that we had for him coming up as a younger player, what we thought he would be at this point in his career versus what he actually is and how the road actually went. I can remember back in whenever he won his MVP, so we're talking 2013, 2014, around that time, after the final stand against LeBron, going bucket for bucket against LeBron, but being a younger player on the younger team and how that dissolved, the conversations of who's going to be the next guy. He was a guy in the conversation at that time, but the road he took threw everybody off of that.
Forget the route he took. Correct. What does that have to do with him being a leader? That's still like him from 2011.
Isn't that part of leadership, Odell? Isn't that part of leadership?
Just tell me how. From 2012, 11, 13, all this stuff when he won MVP. Right. He wasn't a leader then either. Right? Based on what is
wait a minute.
That's
I'd like
he lost leadership.
People thought he was the leader of the Thunder. People thought he was the
People thought he was the best player of the Thunder.
We also thought that he was the leader of the Thunder. Me being a pseudo Thunder fan, I remember having these conversations when he got hurt and Russell Westbrook had that half of the year where he was just average triple-double going crazy, and then going in the next year, it really seemed like, oh man, Russ is feeling himself. And I remember the conversation around that time was, yo, Russ is snatching the locker room from KD. He feels he's better. He feels he's leading the team now. I'm just telling you what fan perception of conversations were.
And Dale, throughout
so KD forgot how to lead.
Right, and Dale, and outside, but history has shown us that more times than not, the best player is one of, if not the leader. He's definitely that. So what we're not going to do is we're not going to extinguish KD as a leader and just leave him as a baller, because that's what it sounds like you're trying to do.
That's my point in what you're saying. My point is, where has he not been the best player?
In my opinion, on the Warriors.
Yeah, he wasn't the best player on the Warriors.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
not everyone seems to think
he was not the best player on the Warriors. Steph Curry just took a back seat to him. He was not the best player on that team.
I need that to be very clear.
Yeah, I believe you've been consistent with that. Same way I have.
I think y'all tripping right there, though. I'm pretty sure KD
what?
was the best player on that team.
Let me ask.
Dell knows I've always thought Steph was.
Come on, let's be real.
Steph took a back seat. Like
Curry took a back seat to KD.
Which is why I can't say that Kevin Durant is better, because the previous 2 years before that I had Steph better than KD. I thought Steph had eclipsed Kevin Durant. I had him better. Kevin Durant. Hold on.
One of the years Steph was hurt.
I just need to walk you. He was hurt in 20.
KD was hurt in 20. KD was hurt in 2015.
Oh,
that was the year Russ.
That was the year Russ ended it. But for 2 years, even if it was unfair for KD, I had thought in my mind, okay, Steph is the second best player in the NBA behind LeBron. And to me, I'm just telling you what I think. I'm not telling you what anybody else thinks. I'm just telling you what I think, Dale, what I've thought since then. There's no way a player that I'm already saying is better than you. You blow a lead to this player. You blow a 3-1, whatever it is, lead to this same player. And then he goes to the finals, and then you proceed to join his team, and he himself has to take a back seat because Clay said he's not taking less shots. And honestly, numbers-wise, he didn't take a back seat, but he said it. He came out saying he took a back seat. He said he was deferred. And to me, if a player is openly deferring to you to make you comfortable, I can't say that you're better than this player. I've said this since then.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Paul George, Kawhi, had all of them went to the Warriors that time. Would Steph take a backseat to them? Do you think? Just give me an opinion. Yes or no?
Yes.
What do you think?
I think Steph would have took a backseat to anybody that came to the Warriors.
Paul George.
I don't
on the
think
offensive end.
Paul George.
I'm just giving names of how, honestly, that's so ridiculous to me to say, and it's a cop-out to say. Like, it's a cop-out to say Steph Curry took a backseat when I think Steph probably took more shots than him. And I don't know what your version of backseat is, like whatever. It's like KD didn't do nothing extraordinary where it looked like, the
He
Warriors
closed games for them. Yes, he did. He closed games for them. Yes, he did.
because he was the best closer on the team. That's why.
No, because Steph Curry proved that he could close games too. He did.
I don't care about how much he proved it.
But the
Kevin Durant
point
was
is,
better
Kevin
than
he took a back seat to him because he knew what the dynamic of what the goal was, and the goal was to win. And if we have friction on this unit, with you and me going back and forth, we're not gonna win.
Let me chill.
Can I just say maybe he doesn't maybe he doesn't take a back seat to Paul George. He definitely takes a step back so Paul George can get acclimated in the offense.
In 2015, 2016,
I will say that he won't take a back seat. He will take a step back.
But that's a contradiction to saying everybody up here has said Kevin Durant is a plug and play player. You don't need to change how you play to make him comfortable. Every last one of y'all have said that on this panel. What? Every last one had said that. Kevin Durant is
just because this. No, Dale, that doesn't work.
You yourself have said it more times than none. He's the easiest superstar to just drop anywhere. So if you
but we still got to change our game, Dale. I'm not just wait. Just because I got the basketball, I still got to change my game because now I got somebody else coming on the crew who does what I do. So we can't. Once again, Dale, two people can't be in the room at the same time saying that they're the best. One of us has to. We got to get to the bottom of that. So if KD comes on our crew and KD being the bucket getter that he is, KD being the scorer that he is, with the offense that we in, I can't just keep doing what I'm doing. One of us is going to have to sacrifice and to keep the harmony and no friction on the team. Because again, we're trying to win it, and we're not going to win it if you and me have this back and forth going on. We don't. So I'm going to make you as comfortable as possible because I'm trying to win.
But I get everything you're saying, but none of that have to matter with this team, with this unit, with that play style. None of them are.
This is not the park, brother. This is not the park where you be just throwing a dude on the crew and it's going to work. No, it's not the way that works. One of us has to say, "Yo, I'm going to do this. You do this."
Let me ask you a question.
You giving me the ball, I'm giving you the ball. No, that's not the way that works.
What did Steph Curry do differently in the KD Warrior eras? Just tell me. Just ask me. Like, what did he do differently?
I just told you, KD closed games.
He was the best player on the team. That's why he closed games.
Oh, that's not why, Del. Because we're talking about a guy who used to close games. Now I'm taking a back seat to him to let him do it. And the reason why I'm letting him do it, because that's going to make us even better. That's not that I can't do it. That's not that I can't do it, because I can definitely do it.
Let me
let you do it to make us even more lethal.
When did Steph close games prior to KD getting there?
Oh, he closed games against Oklahoma City.
He had a game winner the year before in that game.
What do you think about that? One game winner?
But Steph has consistently been a closer.
The guy they'd go to consistently in the
yes, they wasn't just winning games by committee.
I will say the Warriors
going on, Dale. No,
very much.
They weren't winning games by committee. No, they weren't doing that.
And get out of the way. That's not really.
Listen, Steph, unanimous year is no one was better than Steph that year. I'm not even talking about that. That was just ridiculous. That Steph Curry had an amazing year. But what y'all are saying to me right now, I think y'all, it's like blinders are on. Like literally blinders are being put on y'all to say that Steph Curry didn't have I want to say help. Just like Kevin Durant would be the closer of the Warriors because Kevin Durant is the best player on that team. It wasn't Steph stepping back.
Time out. So are you arguing, just for my context, are you arguing that KD's been a better closer in his career than Steph Curry has?
We wasn't talking about closing. I'm just saying
he's arguing that KD was better, that Steph didn't take a back seat to KD.
I'm saying Steph Curry never took a back seat to him.
But your mold always changes when you add a player of that kind of substance to your roster. The same thing with Wade and Braun. That's how it always works. You always have to adjust what you're doing based on the personnel. So if you have a superstar isolation, high post, low post player on your roster or pull-up shooter on your roster, that would fundamentally change the way that the court is laid out and I have to play basketball around you. But it's not because I don't want to do it. I want to accentuate your skill set. So therefore, I will adjust how I play to make you feel as comfortable as possible. I think this idea of being a drop-in superstar, like to me, there's no such thing as a player that's that good. KD was a top 3 player in the league. You don't drop those players on hold on. You don't drop those players on the roster and make no changes to your infrastructure whatsoever.
Let me ask you a question. What you're saying is something that goes both ways, though. And that's my problem. The same way the adjusting that y'all are talking about, the same way it's going. The only reason y'all saying Steph is doing it is because he came to his team. No, the adjusting has to work for Kevin Durant as well.
So you're saying that hold on, but you're saying I'm sorry, Chill. You're saying that KD adjusted his game for Steph as well.
No, I'm saying y'all have to say that. I don't have to say.
No, we don't. No, we don't. And the reason why we don't is because he jumped on his crew. Steph didn't get on Oklahoma City.
Well,
sure.
Well, wouldn't that make more sense if KD joins a team that's already built for Steph? Wouldn't KD have to adjust more than Steph?
Why are they doing all of this to make him comfortable if he's not better than him?
No. I got it. One, because that team had the highest assist percentage in the NBA prior to these runs. So what happens is when you get a player that doesn't come from a ball movement oriented system like that, that's an isolation score, post score, and a wing score, and then you didn't drop them into the system, that means we cannot function in the same way. And on top of that, you're not Harrison Barnes. You're not one of these role player level players. You're Kevin Durant. So therefore, I'm more willing to reconstruct my offensive design for you because you deserve that level of respect. You deserve that level of mobility. You deserve that level of change. So the issue is for you to, not you, but I'm saying for anyone to think that you could not drop KD on any roster that had different play style, they would have made the adjustment, period. And the fact of the matter is, think about this right now. If he would have went and played next to Embiid. Embiid leads the NBA in usage. You don't think that his game would have had to adjust a little bit for Embiid? If you would have dropped him next to Jokic, you don't think that Jokic would adjust the way that he played for Kevin Durant? Of course they would. So what I'm trying to – so the issue is that I think this idea – Go ahead.
Your narrative and points you're trying to make and changing when I'm saying adjust. Kevin Durant doesn't make it harder for his teammates. My whole big thing is what y'all saying right now is step back. Like y'all saying, oh, Steph Curry had to step back and let him cook or let him do. No,
he did.
How?
No, but I just explained it to you.
The reason why you
does adjusting mean you step back or does it just mean you change?
That's what
but it doesn't make you a worse player.
I don't think it's all to understand.
Part of changing is to step back. Dale, your logic with Kevin Durant is part of changing is to step back.
But Chill, that doesn't make you a worse player.
It does not. Absolutely not. It doesn't. And Dale's whole logic, everything that.
Listen, hold on. Damo just said he had to step back or whatever. When I'm hearing step back, Dwayne Wade gave the keys to LeBron James.
Facts.
He wasn't on LeBron's level.
You said what?
He adjusted his game, and he wasn't. I know. I'm just saying. But the reason it's not a two for. The reason it's not a 1-for-1 because Dwayne Wade is not as good as LeBron James. LeBron was the best in the world unequivocally at that time. Unequivocally. Okay. So when he went to that team, Dwayne, respect. I disagree with you, but Dwayne was going downhill a little bit. He had injuries that were racking up. There were multiple things that were happening. He was still really good. He was still a top 4 player
on that team. In the finals, they lost by far.
He wasn't the best player on that team.
He played the best in the finals.
He played the best in the finals.
He played the best in the finals, period. Yeah, he played the best.
Yes. He played the best in the finals.
Right.
That does not mean that he was
that didn't make you the best player on the roster.
That does not mean that.
Let me explain myself to y'all.
I understand exactly what you're saying, Del. I heard everything that you just said. What you're trying
I don't think we're missing anything.
What he did is stepping back. He didn't have to adjust. He had to let LeBron James go. He wasn't taking more shots than LeBron. He wasn't having more usage than LeBron. So if you gotta say Steph Curry stepped back, he still took more shots than KD. His usage probably was the same or a little less, of course. That's my only thing y'all saying right there. Of course, you have to adjust when you add someone, but y'all saying he fully just stepped back because to let him.
Who said that? But who said that?
No, that's not.
Damo said that. That's
one person, but I'm saying I'm telling you they readjusted their offensive process.
He took a backseat. He took a backseat to KD.
He said he took a backseat. Listen, if you want to call him a liar, they'll call him a liar. That nigga said it himself.
But that's cool.
If you want to say that he just said it to say it, because it sounded cool.
But Damo, I think
Draymond also said they wasn't winning them 2 championships without Kevin Durant because Stephen Curry was not ready.
Whatever Draymond says does not matter to me because I'm talking about what Stephen Curry said.
Not ready for what? Wait. Not ready for what?
He wasn't at the point. He wasn't at the point where he could go get a bucket whenever you needed one, and that's why they needed KD because KD could do that, and Steph developed that later on, which is why they were able to.
Okay, I just want to be clear about this. Kevin Durant. Never mind, because that's a whole different conversation about Kevin Durant and the clutch. Because if we're just comparing the players in their career, Steph has had better numbers and better than KD closing games throughout his career. So my whole thing is that even if Draymond thinks that's true, which is not, by the way, the other end of it is that doesn't make Steph Curry a worse player to then say, I'm going to reallocate our resources on offense to make KD feel more comfortable with what we're doing. There's nothing wrong with that.
So what did they reallocate on up? Because you brought up like
assists. Again, I'm not saying
they
that.
led the league in assists with KD too. So
right. I'm not saying that.
So since we're on that subject, Dale, they did lead the league in assists with KD. Sure. And they had to adjust their game to get KD more involved in the offense because we're talking about a guy who was an isolation player who, by the way, struggled with Steve Kerr, if you remember that, because he wanted to be more of an isolation player, and that wasn't their offense. So they had to make their offense conducive to him and add that to their offense, i.e., adjusting to KD, getting KD more involved in the basketball game, getting KD more involved in the offense, as opposed to we got a guy we're dropping in a 27, 28 a game guy that we're dropping in, and we're just going to get out the way and give him the basketball, and we're going to keep doing our thing. No, that's not the way that works, Dale.
KD's not as much of an isolation player as you guys think.
100%.
That's where we just. KD's not as much of an isolation player as you guys think.
With the Warriors, he was?
No, he wasn't, and he struggled with that. That was new. That wasn't new. That he struggled with that.
He struggled with it when in the playoffs. He's clearly the best player. That's what all y'all go about. The 2 finals run. He's clearly the best player. I don't see that much.
Clearly the best player in 17 in the finals.
But I don't think it's a struggle.
Curry almost averaged a triple-double. Is that what you're doing?
I think the phrasing. I think Dale, the phrasing when you say
no, he didn't play well. He did not play well. He was way better than that. He played better.
He played great. Yeah.
He played great. Right.
Can I just ask? Maybe
after this, we got to move on, Damo.
Got you. I just want to ask because maybe I just remember it wrong. But from what I remember from that time of Kevin Durant being on the Warriors, and please correct me if I'm wrong. I know my word ain't law, so I'm just remembering it wrong. Revisionist history. But at that time, from what I remember on KD on the Warriors, he balled in way more defensively, looked like a better defensive player. And on the offensive end, that Warriors system relatively looked the same how they've been running it. They just allowed Kevin Durant to get in where he fit in to get buckets. And at random points in the game, whether you want to say it happened a lot or a little, there were different sets that were drawn up specifically for Kevin Durant to get buckets in the areas that he seen fit or he was comfortable in that they did not previously run for Harrison Barnes. That was not normal for Klay Thompson or for Stephen Curry beforehand that they were doing specifically for Kevin Durant. It was something new, something different that specifically was for him in their offense. But for the most part, they still ran typically how they ran a Warriors ball, but they allowed Kevin Durant to do his thing as well.
So Damo, imagine from that. So Damo, imagine that. I'm sorry.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong for remembering it that way?
Correct.
Is that revisionist?
But Damo.
But with that being said, really quickly, Damo. So with that being said, those plays that they were drawing up for Kevin Durant. Imagine if Steph Curry goes, "This is bullshit. You should be running this for me." Imagine if Steph Curry just straight flipped out on it. This is nonsense. I'm the man on this team. You should be running this for me. Imagine if he did that.
That's not stepping back. Chill. That's adjusting. That chill. If that's stepping back, so I promise you, if that is stepping back,
that's not the point. Am I not mistaken?
Wait.
That's just semantics. They're both the same thing in this conversation.
So it's not this. Listen, Dwayne Wade stepped back. He gave the keys away. Creating a play for one of your best players is
those are two different contexts, though.
No, it's not. Stepping back. Yo, if I'm
because allowing KD to come into the Warriors offense is different than allowing LeBron, a better player than Wade, personally, to come into the Heat offense. They're two different things.
What he just brought up is the Warriors drawing up a play for Kevin Durant to do what he does best. That's not stepping back. That's Yo, if
Well, then
you're-
cool.
Just so you know, Dell. Just so you know, Dell. What the play that you just drew up for him, for what he does best, I can do that too. He ain't the only one who can do that. I can do that too. But because of the dynamic of the crew and what we're trying to do here, absolutely, I want you to do that. Absolutely, let's do that.
Yo, chill. I swear to you, chill. I have never been more blindsided by you're saying them creating a play for Kevin Durant and saying, hey, this play is for you to go get this back.
Are you saying that they didn't run ISOs?
No, but chill.
They ran ISOs, but
I've never been so flustered in my life.
No, but again, I think what people are really hung up on here is the semantics of the language. The language should not have been that Steph Curry stepped back. I think it more understood for the community that Steph Curry and the Warriors made adjustments to their offense while still keeping, as Mar said and brought up, while still keeping the fundamentals of who they are to be true to themselves. But as Chill said, they added different points to their offense with isolation or post or high or whatever kind of scoring to let KD cook in ways that were more comfortable for him. But it doesn't mean Steph Curry took a step back as a player. He was still Steph freaking Curry. He was still arguably the best player on the team. But I think that's what this conversation more so comes down to at this point.
I know what stepping back is on a basketball team, and that's where I'm only confused. To say Steph stepped back and Steph took more shots, you can't step back and still take more shots. That's one. You just can't do it. You just can't. It makes no sense to me. It just doesn't. So y'all saying they adjusted their play calling for Kevin Durant? Of course. What the hell? You have to. What are we doing?
I think the thing is the reason why people say step back with Steph. Steph could have not signed up for that. As Shill said, he could have been disagreeable to that fact, but he didn't because Steph saw the bigger picture and he wanted KD to be integrated into the offense.
And I understand that. That's simple. Let's go, Ron.
Plus, when people start still guarding Steph
That's
like Steph,
so
it just allow
long
Kevin
just
Durant.
to all finally get to the conclusion that they both had to adjust.
Damo, you said what?
Huh?
You said people guarding Steph Curry how?
Oh, no, I was just saying. I mean, another reason why I just didn't view Kevin Durant as a clear number one is because he was not being defended like a clear number one, in my opinion. That year, I felt like the game plans from teams were still to guard Steph as he's Stephen Curry. And for Kevin Durant, that was the easiest time in his life to just go out there and play basketball. The defensive schemes he was seeing while he was being a Warrior, he's probably seen again playing with James Harden and Kyrie, and probably now to an extent. But other than that, when he was playing on the Thunder,
did you say Devin Booker was the best player on the Suns last year?
He was getting the same shots. He was getting the same shots in Golden State that he was getting.
You said Devin Booker was the best player on the Suns last year. Last year, play around, all that stuff. You never brought up the fact that how defense is guarding Kevin Durant for how Devin Booker looking. But right now, you're using that to make your point for Steph Curry and KD. It's the same thing, no?
No, I don't think it's the same thing.
So the defense wasn't guarding KD and D Booker.
Actually, that was something brought up. The fact that Devin Booker is getting easier looks. That is something we talked about on the panel. We talked about
it. But you were still saying he was the best player.
I thought Devin Booker was better than Kevin Durant at that time. Yes.
Based on him getting the easier looks on how they're guarding KD.
I thought Devin Booker was better than Kevin Durant before Kevin Durant got there. What are we?
That's not true. And I know that's not true.
Tell me.
That's
not true. We didn't talk about it.
Because he just lied, Ron. Just go ahead.
We've never had that conversation. You gonna tell me I'm lying? That's insane. That's crazy.
I'm not signing off on that. KD was better than Booker, but I
can agree to disagree.
It's
Ron, you got it.
All good. Disagree. Don't call me a damn liar.
Hey, Damo,
that is insane.
Damo, it's all good. We all know book clears, but
what I think.
We gotta get back to it.
The smoke. That's crazy. What?
So right now we're currently in a Kyrie versus Steph.
Pants on fire.
Only scoring. Chilltown has stepped off. Well, looks like Damo's gone too.
He taking a smoke break. He's still here. He's just taking a smoke break.
All right, cool. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get back to it. All right. The first category was Steph versus Kyrie scoring was finishing. Kyrie cleaned up. He got that.
You ain't gonna ask Dell for his opinion?
Dell in scoring, just strictly scoring, finishing. Kyrie versus Steph. Who you got?
Kyrie.
All right. Kyrie has almost swept. Swiper chose Steph. But we're going to get the post scoring now. Post scoring, who we got? Chill, I'm going to start with you.
Irv.
Ox?
This is not gonna end well for Steph.
Kyrie.
No, we're on the same page.
Not even a conversation.
It's got to be a sweep. This has to be.
Mars?
Kyrie.
J-Rob?
Kyrie.
Swiper?
Kyrie.
Dale?
Kyrie.
There we go.
Ron? Steph. All right, cool. Kyrie sweeps. Kyrie sweeps. All right, pick and roll scoring.
Okay.
Chill, I'm going to start with you. Who you got? Steph or Kyrie?
Kyrie.
Swiper?
Irv going. I'm sorry, go ahead. This isn't as easy.
I'll probably still lean Steph here. I think career-wise, I think Steph has proven to be like the better pick and roll player, but I really don't have an argument. I mean, not an argument, but if you have Kyrie, I mean, you know, you got Kyrie, but Steph has been an incredible pick and roll player throughout his career.
J-Rob?
I think it's close, but I'm actually gonna lean Steph Curry. I'm kind of just giving more the benefit of the doubt on this one. I'll go Steph Curry.
All right, Mars?
Yeah, I don't know how it's not Steph in the pick and roll. I'm curious. I'm gonna ask that after we get through this.
Yeah, this is clear as day.
Who you got?
Steph. What you mean? Who I got, right? Who you got? It's Steph.
Honestly,
What?
them
I'm
Draymond green screens, man.
I might be missing something here.
Who you got, Chill?
I originally thought about Irv going downhill, but Curry off that pick and roll, he was impossible. It's Curry.
Yeah, pick and roll, pass the 3-point line, mid range, get into the rim.
Yeah.
He was impossible.
Yeah, mid range
Damo.
more recently. But yeah.
Who you got, Damo?
I got Kyrie.
You got Kyrie?
Yeah, Del, why? Because you like
No.
when we picked Steph, you was like, we lost our mind. So like, what?
Well,
what am I missing?
only because we just had a whole conversation of Steph. I think for point guard, Steph been blitzed more than any point guard to not be able to come off the pick and roll.
For a reason, though.
That's my point. You see what I'm saying?
But he's still
Like-
creating the advantage for the big, though.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
but we're not talking about his playmaking. We're just talking
they're
about
talking about his scoring.
Well, but even as a pick and roll scorer, like he's been an elite pick and roll scorer, like throughout his career.
So
with
when
everything
I'm
that
thinking of it, I'm like, more times than none, is either they're trapping Steph on a pick and roll.
Right.
Like more times than none, Steph is getting trapped on it. Steph is rarely coming off a screen and got any daylight. Till this day, they're not dropping on Steph.
Well, I think he was like a one. Maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody got a better number. I think it was like a 1.25 points per possession last year as a pick and roll scorer, maybe 1.2 or something. Like I can't remember the exact
Steph's
number it
still
was.
nice to, and Steph's even though we gave Kyrie finishing at the rim, Steph's still nice off the pick and roll.
Steph, Kyrie coming off the pick and roll.
Yeah,
Little
Steph
run.
can still like he can split that trap and then he's in the middle of the lane. He's
Del, do you remember the NBA Finals in 22 with them goofy ass Celtics playing drop coverage on Steph?
Drop coverage, yeah, murdering.
But the
the hell was
Celtics
that?
players wasn't playing drop because they coach said so. They're idiots. Literally, they
No. Ime was telling them play drop. I don't know about
Absolutely.
That was their
Ime wanted to play
In
drop.
Marcus
Ime wanted
Smart
to.
interviews, he's like, yo, he's playing defense with his hand up like this, and then
No,
the
but
drop
you can't play. They don't play up at the level
But
though.
they
with
were
Robert
meant to
Williams at
play
that point.
drop. They were
Right.
definitely told
Okay,
to play
but
drop.
it wasn't in their mind to let him come off like that. But
Right.
take the 22 finals. We know Steph coming off them screens is either a trap, get the ball out, and that's how Draymond make his living. They trap, pass it, Draymond.
But I think that's the point. As soon as they did it,
or then his handoff shot.
but as soon as they didn't, though, I think that's the point. When Steph has the opportunity, like he did in Game 6, for example, or Game 5 or whatever, like it's Munders. Like you're cooked, you're done for. As soon as you don't blitz him, which means I think for me also tells about Steph's greatness is that even on limited opportunities, he's blowing people out of the water as a pick and roll ball handler.
If Steph is guarded normally like a normal person, he'll be the best pick and roll player ever. But I'm going off of what I consistently see. Steph is not getting any daylight on pick and roll. He's not getting that. So this is why I'm like,
So where's his buckets coming from then, Dale? If he's not getting any daylight on
I think you're
where are his buckets coming from?
He doesn't get blitzed. He doesn't get he gets blitzed for sure, but he still gets his fair share of shots.
No, he still scores. Listen, no great ones in the NBA is gonna be stopped. But let's watch a normal game. Steph is scoring the transition threes. Steph is scoring from his handoff from pitch from Draymond. They still flowing emotion. It's still really flowing emotion. And Steph off of a pick and roll threes, honestly, it's like 3 meters behind the line. It's not normal value. It's not normal
It
value.
would be 4 pointers if the line existed, but
Right.
Fellas, we got to get to the next category. So as of right now, Kyrie got finishing. Kyrie got post scoring. Steph just took pick and roll scoring pretty decisively. Next, this is a good one. Next, this is a real good one. Dom, I'm gonna start with you. We got creativity. Who's a more creative scorer? Damo.
In my opinion, Kyrie.
in my opinion, this should be a sweep.
I'm next.
All right, J-Rob.
Kyrie Irving.
Ox.
It's Kyrie, but we can talk about it the way Steph, how creative he is getting that shot off. We can have a discussion, but it is Kyrie, though. It is Kyrie.
It's Kyrie at the rim.
Delroy.
I'm sorry, ask that again. I was
Who's
responding
a
to
more
something.
creative scorer?
Oh, Kyrie Irving.
Mars. Chill.
It's Irv. Ain't no defense for that long ball though. Off the bounce, ain't no defense for that. None. But it's
All right.
Irv.
Swiper.
Yeah, I mean it's tough, man. Because I think Steph is an incredible creator in terms of shooting, but I think Kyrie, just because of his dribble package, I think that's just what separates him from almost anybody else ever. So I think it's Kyrie.
Kyrie with the sweep. So these first 4 categories
They've been pretty
3-1.
decisive.
Yeah. It hasn't really been too much to think about. All right. Next, we're gonna get into it, Damo. You asked for it. The people asked for it, so I brought it to y'all. Ethicalness. Who scores more ethically?
These are like top 2 most ethical bucket getters of all time, too.
Yeah.
You can't hear you, Doma. I don't know what you're saying, but I hope it's good.
That's crazy. I'm like, yeah, that is true, Mars. It is 2 of the most ethical bucket getters, in the game right now. But I'm going Kyrie.
Can you explain the term ethicalness for everybody?
Not being a free throw merchant.
I love it. Essentially, in layman's terms, you earn every bucket. And by earn every bucket, I mean if you finish a night with 50 points, when I look at the box score, I shouldn't see 17, 18 made free throws or 17, 18 attempts at the free throw line if you got 50. If people are going around saying, yo, Kyrie Irving, back-to-back games with 50 points, you look at it, that's a real 50 points. You didn't go to the line 18 odd times to get them points, man. He really got them buckets. Ethical buckets.
But if we're being
taxing for going to the free throw line?
No.
Yes.
It's ethical.
Hey,
That's
hey,
what I
Ron.
mean.
Hey, Ron.
That's what
Ron.
I
I just want to say right now, Ron.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I'm not answering this question, bro.
But look.
I don't believe in ethicalness, and I do not. And I definitely don't believe in Damo's explanation of it. So I'm out on this one.
But I guess for me, it's like if Steph is the clear better scorer across his career, and he's never been a free throw merchant, then obviously the answer would be Steph. It has to be Steph. He's averaging 27, 28, 30, 32. Huh?
Yes.
You hate James Harden.
James Harden,
me?
Joel Embiid.
You hate SGA. You hate SGA.
Me?
Don't
No,
hate
Doma.
SGA.
I
I don't hate unethical buckets. It's a term for you. You're an unethical bucket getter. There's a lot of guys that's unethical bucket getters in the NBA, and that's fine. Ethical bucket, unethical. Kevin Durant, best ethical bucket of my generation, in my opinion. Like literally my lifetime, Kevin Durant's one of the most ethical buckets, in my opinion. LeBron,
that's Kyrie.
he up there.
What do you mean? What do you mean he's up there?
He's up there. He's an ethical guy.
What, 5 free throws a game in his career, and he's
He's an
averaging
ethical guy.
27 points a game?
He's an ethical guy.
Okay, so I think we all agree it's Steph because he's the best scorer, period.
Hold on, I'm gonna go around.
Y'all
I'm gonna
agree?
ask.
Everybody say it.
Damo, we starting with you. Who you got?
Kyrie.
Kyrie. All right. We don't all agree. Cam, you got it.
This is Steph.
All right. One for Kyrie, one for Steph. Chill. Who's more ethical?
Curry.
You said Curry?
Curry.
All right. Who you got, Mars?
Yeah, Domo's definition of ethical buckets is stupid.
That's my term.
Yeah, and you defined it stupidly. So by my definition, the good definition, Kyrie is Kyrie.
A good definition of my term? That's crazy. That's
Yeah, you use the term. You use the term
my
wrong.
term?
You use the term.
Oh, wait,
wrong.
so
You
then
use
explain
it-
it. Please, can we please get a
ethical
Mark?
bucket.
Hold on,
Ethical
Mark. You
bucket.
said his definition was stupid, and then proceeded to choose the same guy.
Yeah, we came to the same conclusion, but the working out was different. I don't know what to tell you. Like, sure, we can have the same answer, but he's got there by going the wrong way. Like, I don't know what to tell you. The world's round. You can go the wrong way around the globe and get to the same place. He still went the wrong way. So, ethical. The real use.
I guess
of,
that makes sense. I guess that makes
the,
sense.
the
Mark,
real,
so
the
you
real
keep it,
use
yeah.
of the real use of ethical buckets is not about who goes to the free throw line. It's about people who A, foul bait, and B, try and manipulate the refs to get free throws.
For example,
James Harden, Joel Embiid, Trae Young, those guys. Not when you legitimately get hacked and earn your free throws. That's not unethical buckets. That's unethical defense, because that's called playing defense illegally. If you
No.
foul someone legitimately, the defense is in the wrong. I'm not about to say your buckets are unethical because the defense didn't do their job. Now, the people who want to hook arms and go and try to get free throws, unethical buckets. The people who want to try pump fake into people and jump into people, unethical buckets. The people who want to stop and let someone run into their back and then throw up a floater, unethical buckets.
Chris Paul.
That's why Kyrie's the most ethical bucket.
Now, can I ask
Because
you
he
a
doesn't
question?
do that. I've seen Steph pump fake and jump into people and try to get free throws. I've seen Steph kick his leg out on threes to try to get free throws. That's unethical. Even if he doesn't get the foul call, he's
Can-
trying to be unethical. He's just
No,
failing.
Now, can I
That's
ask
why
you a
it's
question?
unethical
Quick question.
Kyrie's not unethical.
Now, Mars, what player that is in the top 10 of free throw attempts a game doesn't fall in the category of a guy that foul baits, tries to manipulate the refs to get calls? Which guy is it?
Let's
That's
see.
part-
Let me
that's
look
the-
at the free throw attempt per game leaders real quick.
Isn't that's part of basketball? If I'm going to the
Giannis.
Mavericks and I shot
I will
around,
say. What did you say in the top 10?
I said in the top 10.
Probably
In the top
Giannis.
10,
That's because he
I
doesn't
would-
hit him. Well, no,
in
I'm
the
sorry.
top 10,
Right.
I would strongly make the argument. I mean, Giannis obviously doesn't foul
Yeah.
bait. I'm gonna be honest.
Jason Tatum.
I'd say Paolo doesn't foul bait. He's number 6. DeMar DeRozan doesn't foul bait. He's number 7.
No way. DeMar DeRozan
nah.
foul baits? What?
DeMar DeRozan doesn't foul bait.
Now,
DeMar
foul
DeRozan
bait.
does his pump fake and people
He does
jump
the
into
up fake.
him.
He does the up fake.
But that's not
People-
foul baiting because foul baiting is you do your pump fake and then you lean into someone.
Okay,
he
so
jump in.
okay.
DeMar DeRozan up fakes and they
foul.
jump into
You're-
him. That's
okay.
not foul baiting. That's just
I get what you mean.
common
I get
sense.
what you mean. I get what
So
you mean.
DeMar
That's fine,
DeRozan
that's
doesn't foul bait. Anthony Davis doesn't foul bait. That's 4 of the top 10.
Yeah, I don't want him
I
getting
don't
hurt.
even think
anyway.
Jason Tatum foul baits, and he's 10th. So that's what, 5 of the top 10? The only ones you say Luka, Shea, Trey, and Dame. Luka, Shea, Trey, and Dame, and you could argue Devin Booker. And I don't even think Devin Booker foul bait. Devin Booker's ethical.
I still feel some way about DeMar DeRozan, but maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just thinking too
So
old.
half of them, in my opinion, don't foul bait. Half of the top 10. Now
Fair,
that's because
fair,
Embiid doesn't
fair,
count because
fair,
he's missed time. But
If
yeah,
he was
that-
here, then that'd be more than half fall in the
I
category.
don't even
I
think
mean,
Luka
I'm
foul
not-
baits for real. But
I'm gonna be honest,
I'm not about to
Nah,
argue
Luka
about
He
foul
that.
bait.
complains too
I'm
much.
gonna
That's why I'm not
be
gonna
honest,
argue.
bro.
I'm not gonna argue about Luka. I don't really think he fouled. Like the foul baiters.
That's
in my
part of the
opinion,
game, though. Like
Trae
that's part of the
Young
game, though.
is a foul baiter. Joel Embiid is a foul baiter. James Harden, foul baiter.
But you
These
y'all
other guys,
mad
they're
at people
not
for
foul baits.
manipulating the game, though. Like
Yeah,
that's,
I don't
they
have a
manipulating
problem
the
with
game.
them
Like
doing that.
I'm gonna be honest. Like I look at it like
I
in the
do.
same sense as like if I'm football example, if I'm trying to get a PI call, I'm throwing that shit short and having the receiver just run into the DBs. Like the same difference. Some people be like that's whack because the quarterback underthrew it. But I know what I'm gonna get, so it's like
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I'm not
Like I
you're
don't understand.
unethical.
Like
I'm not
Like, I don't
arguing the
understand how-
effectiveness. Free throws count for scoring. I'm not arguing. the
yeah,
effectiveness.
like
I count it.
right.
But when we're talking about the ethics of it, right and wrong, it's wrong to manipulate referees to try and
Absolutely.
and
But
get
why?
It's
But why
wrong.
is that wrong? You trying to win a game?
It's
But Mars,
unethical.
Because it's not
so
the
is
game
it
is
it's
basketball.
competition.
That's
my
wrong.
question
But it's not
I
G,
don't know
though.
what to- I don't know what to
Is
tell you.
it-
It's
is it-
wrong. Like, I don't
is
know
it
what to
is it unethical? Is it unethical, Damo, that I don't know, Joel Embiid or Rudy Gobert got 5 fouls? Is it unethical for me to go after him
Hey
and get him to
man,
foul me?
No, it's not unethical
No,
to
my
mama
target
told
someone.
me.
It's not unethical to
Hey,
target
man,
someone who's in
my mama
foul
told
trouble.
me, man,
But it's
work smarter,
unethical
not
to
harder,
try and
man.
draw fouls when you're not
I'm
getting
from that
fouled.
era.
That's unethical. It's unethical to not even try and score, but try draw free throws. That's unethical. Like when you're not even
Who's
trying
really
to
not
score.
trying? But who's not really trying to score? You don't think?
I'm
in
going
NBA
into
right
the.
now?
I'm going. Rudy Gobert's got 5,000. He's protecting the rim.
I'm really asking you, man.
That's
I'm
fine.
going in. I'm going
fine.
in.
But
there
If you
to
go
get that
in
number
strong
6
on Rudy
foul on
Gobert,
him.
if you go in strong on Rudy Gobert to try and draw a foul, like that's fine because you're still playing the game of basketball.
If you hook his arm and go up to get the foul call,
But what I'm saying is, like,
Rudy
if
Gobert's
you
playing defense on you and you pump fake and then you move 5 feet away from where you were, so Rudy Gobert jumps into you and then you try to throw the ball at the rim. That's
I understand that point, but don't you also gotta kind of blame the defender for putting himself in a compromising position?
It's not compromising if the offensive player doesn't do something unethical. Like that's why they changed the rules about the people who would pump fake and then move 5 feet to the side because you can't do that.
It's an offensive foul. You can't kick your leg out. It's an offensive foul.
Exactly, because it was
I don't
unethical.
disagree. No, I don't disagree.
Like when Chris Paul does his stupid rip through from 94 feet. Like,
yeah, I agree. Yeah. Now he actually explained how he gets a foul on that every time.
That's unethical. Now it's about unethical.
But how can you look at?
I'm not arguing the effectiveness. I'm just.
But what about like an MB? Like, is MB unethical?
He's super unethical. He's super unethical.
Now he still gets legitimately. I'm not saying all his.
But I think he really be getting fouled though, Mars.
No, a lot. I'm not saying all of his. He gets what 12 a game. I'm not saying all of them are.
Yeah.
But like, I'd say 4 a game at least. What's that? 33%?
33%. Okay.
Fellas,
I understand y'all point. I understand what y'all saying, I guess. Yeah.
We got to keep it pushing. Dale, you are next. Who's more ethical? Kyrie or
That's
Steph?
a good-
Based on what you heard.
I don't care what I heard. Kyrie's a better scorer to me. I don't care how they determine any. Kyrie's a better scorer.
All right, I'm gonna give it to Kyrie. Ox, who you got?
He abstains.
All right,
I'm here to talk hoop, bro.
J-Rob.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna plead the fifth on this one too, honestly, because if you foul baiting getting fouls to me, I don't care. We winning the game with that shit, so I'm good with it. I work smarter, not harder, if you ask me. Honestly, shout out to unethical.
That doesn't make it ethical.
Shout out to unethical basketball, if you ask me. But I guess if I had to just pick for this category, I'll go Kyrie. Based off what Damo's explanation. Based off what Damo's explanation of ethical. So I'll go with Kyrie.
And the chat chose Kyrie as well, so it looks like Kyrie is the more ethical bucket getter today, as of right now.
We got to take smack talk out of that too, because if I'm talking to you and I unethically say something foul and I get you thrown out of the game, I guess that's unethical too.
I think y'all just got a problem with the word unethical. That's what this really is.
All right, y'all. The next category we got is off-ball scoring. Who's better at scoring off the ball? J-Rob, I'm gonna start with you.
I'm gonna go Curry for this one.
All right, Ox.
Steph.
Dale.
Steph.
Mars.
Steph. This is sweet.
Yeah, please be.
Chill.
Curry.
Damo.
Kyrie.
Nice. No sweet. Yeah, no sweet. Yeah.
All right. Steph dominated that category, so it's been all dominations thus far. All right, mid-range scoring. Let's get into it. This one should get interesting. Damo, I'm gonna start with you.
This one should be a sweep.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what is it?
Mid-range. In the mid-range. Mm-hmm.
Chill.
Irv.
Mars.
Kai.
Delroy.
Kyrie.
Ox.
You look like he frozen.
Damn.
He picked the building.
Irv.
You got Kyrie. All right. It is a sweep for Kyrie in the mid-range. All right. Keeping it pushing. Next, we have efficiency. Who is the more efficient scorer? J-Rob.
Damn. I'm gonna go Kyrie Irving. In my opinion.
Huh?
In my opinion.
This is the one that isn't subjective.
I'm gonna say Kyrie. Listen, I have an opinion. I'm going Kyrie.
You can't have an opinion on efficiency.
Oh, if you go by the numbers, I guess you could say Steph.
That's what efficiency is. It's literally efficiency is a number.
I hear you.
This is the one that's just objective. Like, this is just objective.
All right, we go by the numbers, Steph, but I'm going to say Kyrie still. Give me Kyrie.
I guess. Okay.
Give me Kyrie still. Still. But I hear what Mars is saying. I'm standing on my 10
I mean, I guess.
Stand on business. Kyrie.
Delroy.
My mind is easily saying Steph, but I don't think we give I think Kyrie is a very he's better than many people would think, but I think Steph Curry is more efficient than Kyrie.
All right, Mars.
Steph is more efficient than Kyrie.
Yeah,
Chill.
Curry's only 50, 40, 90 season was that year that he won the league MVP in 16. That was his only year he went 50, 40, 90. I think Irv did it like 3 times, if I'm not mistaken.
That's my aunt.
No,
I may have to go Irv.
Kyrie's been 50, 40, 90 one time.
one time.
So one time too.
Even by that,
How close though?
Was it 20? Was it the 2020? Was it 2021?
It was the 2021 season.
Yeah,
That's the only season of his career he shot 50%.
Didn't he do it another time? But it didn't count.
I thought he did it another time too.
Kyrie, I'm sorry, I got you.
I thought he did it
I'm pretty sure Kyrie did it multiple
I thought he
times.
did it in the.
I'm looking at it.
I'm literally looking at
it.
He's only did it once.
He only did it one time. I thought he did.
But like, if you average it out over like the last 3 seasons, I think it averages to close to 50, 49. Maybe that's what you're talking about. But even then, it's 49, 40, 90. But well,
Irv.
It's 1-1.
You got Irv. All right,
Irv.
Damo, who do you have?
I'm going Steph.
I don't know how the objective answer somehow became subjective.
Give me Kyrie.
Steph,
Give me Kyrie.
Because efficiency is not subjective. There's not an opinion on efficiency. Efficiency is purely numbers. Like if we're arguing efficiency, it's numbers. It's not your eye test isn't efficiency. Who you feel is more efficient is not efficient.
That logic doesn't work, Mars, because
it's not logic. Efficiency is a number.
It's not because you just told me that
efficiency is a number.
No, Mars, because you just told me that if a guy shoots 37% and a guy shoots 39%, the guy who shoots 39%
the one who shoots 39% is more efficient. That's inarguable. He's more efficient from 3. It doesn't mean he's better. That's what I'm saying. Once again, we need to understand. I
do understand.
When I say someone is more efficient, that doesn't mean I'm saying someone is better. It's objectively true. The 39% three-point shooter is a more efficient three-point shooter. That's objective.
I'm not mad about that.
When Ox said, like, when we were arguing about Bilal Koulibaly, he's like, if you shoot 40%, you're a 40% shooter.
Right.
You are correct. There's no argument. You are a 40% three-point shooter. But shooting a higher percentage doesn't mean you are better. Right. It doesn't mean that.
It just means you're more efficient.
But objectively, you are more efficient. There's no argument about the less efficient person being more efficient. Because efficiency is strictly just the number. That's what it is. Now, you can understand context of how someone's more efficient. You can understand the situation. You can understand what teammates are around them. You can understand how many shots they have to create. You can understand how many shots are wide open, blah, blah, blah. But the fact of the matter is, the more efficient person is more efficient objectively. That's just what it is.
So Kyrie Irving, so Steph Curry is more efficient objectively, so he's more efficient, but he's not better.
Yes, objectively, he's more efficient than Kyrie, objectively. And that's why we don't compare efficiency between guys who take 2 shots a game and someone who takes 10 shots a game, because like we understand context.
But we're doing that here, Miles, because that goes into
Kyrie and Steph both shoot 20 times a game.
But that's what we're talking about here, though, Miles, because we're talking about the better scorer, so efficiency matters.
Yeah, efficiency does matter. But objectively, Steph is more efficient.
It does.
Objectively more efficient.
Like, it just sounds like double talk to me. But
there's no subjectivity to who's more efficient. There's subjectivity to how valuable the efficiency is. There's subjectivity to the impact of the efficiency. There's subjectivity to the context of the efficiency. But there's no subjectivity to who is more efficient. That's strictly, especially when they're playing at the same time, it's strictly based on the numbers.
And I'm about to say the numbers. And it's just simple numbers. I'm about to say, and just simple numbers to look at least for me that I pulled up. I mean, I don't know what numbers you want to look at to regard efficiency, but I just looked at career field goal, 3-point, free throw, and effective field goal percentage. Between both of them, Steph is better in every aspect of it, career-wise. Throughout their careers, efficiency-wise, strictly numbers, Steph is better at every number. That's just the real simple one.
You can argue the impact of it. You can say, well, Kyrie Steph creates more, blah, blah, blah. That's fine, but objectively, Steph's more efficient.
I won't argue that. It just sounds weird, that's all. Because being efficient means better.
No, it doesn't.
That's the point, Rob. I mean, that's the point, Mars. Exactly. It doesn't when you put context on it. But if we're just looking at numbers, if you're more efficient,
That's what it means. Being more efficient means you're more efficient. That's it. That's it.
I mean, I'm not mad at that.
It's like saying the person who leads the league in points per game is the best scorer. No, what it means is they average the most points per game. So, like, if there was a category for points per game, we would all have to pick Steph Curry because Steph Curry objectively averages more points per game than Kyrie. If that was a category, there would be no argument. It couldn't be, well,
Mars,
if you think about it,
Mars, you're right, bro.
Like, we understand it doesn't mean you're a better scorer. But when we're talking about stats and we say who's better in this stat, the objectively is just whoever has the better number in that stat. If the objective number is who averages more assists, it will be Steph, I think, averages more assists than Kyrie. That doesn't mean he's a better passer. That doesn't mean he's a better playmaker. That's just opinions people form based on this stat. But the stat itself is objective. There's no argument against who's more efficient when the stat says who's more efficient. It doesn't mean he's better, but it just means he's more efficient.
Greatest sent through a super chat and said wrong, Marshall. Technically, efficiency is getting the most by doing least. Kyrie doesn't need 100 screens and teammates to score. Just an ISO or one pick.
That was the stupidest super chat I ever seen in my life.
All right, let's get to this next question. Let's get to this next
Come on. Let's do it. All right, so Ox, who you got as more efficient? Kyrie?
Bro called him Marshall.
I think I got Steph.
Yeah, using my government is crazy.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate that greatest.
Yeah, I got Steph.
All right, Ox got Steph. All right, y'all. Moving along.
Who won that round? My wife.
Steph.
Yeah. Okay.
ISO buckets. Dale, I'm gonna start with you.
Kyrie.
Who's a better ISO score?
Kyrie.
Damo?
Kyrie.
Ox?
Kyrie.
Mars?
I'll go with Kyrie. Yeah.
Chill?
Irv, you're a better one-on-one player than Steph Curry.
Kyrie with the sweep. All right. We have to put this in here just because we have to.
Oh my God! Don't do it. It's Steph, yo. Just don't.
All right.
Wait, what is the Kyrie? Is it 3-point shooter?
Yes, it is.
I mean, we gotta have the conversation. I mean,
no, we don't.
No, we don't. We dead don't.
I think it's arguable.
This time will never get back, Morris.
No,
yeah. Come on, go to the next one.
I'm gonna just ask, does anybody object?
No, Ron, come on.
Kyrie's won the 3-point contest before, right?
Come on, Ron.
Come on, Ron.
Did he?
Do not engage, Ron. Do not engage.
Like 2013, 14, something like that. I think. I might be wrong, but.
All right, I'm gonna just put an S right here for Steph sweeping. All right, let's get down to it. We got clutch. Who's more clutch? Chill. I'm gonna start with you.
Curry.
All right, Mars.
Just ignoring Game 7, 2016, I guess. Steph.
This is nasty.
I got Kyrie.
All right, Damo.
Kyrie.
A-Rod.
That boy from New Jersey, man. Irv.
Dale.
I'm gonna go Steph.
All right, y'all. We have a tie. So I'm gonna just run a poll. While we're doing the next category, chat, I'm gonna let you guys decide who's more clutch. Y'all go ahead and get over here and vote on who's more clutch. Also, while you're doing that, slap the like button. If you haven't liked the video, what are you doing with your life? And shout out to all of our members, shout out our new subscribers, and shout out to everybody that's just been in the chat this whole episode.
Ridiculous.
All right, the poll is up right now. You guys go vote, like the video, and then comment your favorite chillism as well, whether it's meat and potatoes. I'm about to crash my car into a pole, all of that good stuff.
I think Steph's clutch numbers will surprise some of you guys who haven't seen them.
All right. Yeah, looks like Steph's running away with it early. But we're gonna get to the last category of them all. Last category is who's just a better overall scorer? Steph or Kyrie? Damo, I'm gonna start with you.
Kyrie.
Ox,
Steph.
Mars,
Wardell.
Chill,
Curry.
J Rob. Come on and get nasty.
How could I go against How could I go against Jersey? Give me Kyrie Irving, man.
All right, Dale.
Kyrie.
All right, y'all. So we got a tie on clutch and we got a tie.
Yo, Ron, you be the tiebreaker. They going Glaze Curry in the chat. You be the tiebreaker this last one.
Right,
I don't think it's Glaze to say he's the best scorer. Though.
I'd rather get the opinion of 1,500 people than the opinion of Ron.
So for more,
I know they're gonna say Curry. That's why.
I'm gonna give y'all a second for more clutch, then I'm gonna put up the other poll. But it looks like Steph is taking this more clutch. Y'all
He gonna
hurry
win
up.
this next one too, for sure. He'll definitely win this next one for sure.
I'm curious to people who said Kyrie's more clutch, because I don't think it's like crazy to say Kyrie's more clutch, but like is the Game 7 and the Christmas Day shot?
Nah, I mean, I think he got. Well, I think those are the two most iconic. But do you remember? I mean, there's been multiple times before they even got. Do you remember when he was first in Cleveland? I think he was clutch. I mean, though that team wasn't that great, but I seen him come down multiple times in his career at that point, just for the stretch for the Cleveland. I think people don't realize like he was as a regular season closer. I think Kyrie don't get enough credit for what he did in Cleveland, especially how bad they were. Like they were terrible. And I think he was forced to close out so many games for them at that point in his career, even before they got LeBron. So I honestly taxed that part of his career heavy. And then obviously the stuff that happened Christmas Day, the game winner in the finals. So I think Kyrie had already been showing signs of his clutchness in the genesis of his NBA career. And so I think those moments just kind of, to me, solidified it for me.
I wanted to pick Kyrie too, but I wanted the chat to vote.
I know there's a.
Okay,
I remember 2015
Dale,
there was a game against the Spurs where Kyrie was doing everything down the stretch. That was amazing.
So I was gonna be quiet about this, but since Dale just said what he said, it's the same thing. Me and Dale picked against our hearts.
Yeah, I wanted to pick Kyrie.
He wanted to pick Kyrie. I wanted to pick Steph.
Yeah,
because my definition of clutch is more than just ended games. I consider you being clutch when you hit big shots to stop runs, when you close out a first or second quarter.
Yeah,
you know, big. I look at clutch things throughout the game, and how many times I've seen Steph just cut your water off when you're making a run back, and Steph just nope, it's not happening. Bow. And you can feel just all the energy leave. I consider that clutch too. And when I put that into perspective, I gotta go with Steph.
Yeah, a team will cut the lead to 2, and then Steph will just rattle off 3 straight threes. You're down 11. Like Jesus Christ,
and empty you, and straight empty you, straight empty you. Or how about the fact that I go and stick my nose in there and average 10 rebounds in the NBA Finals? How about that? That's clutch right there.
All right, y'all. This is what we're looking at right now.
But straight empty you.
Finishing, Kyrie took it. Post scoring, Kyrie took it with the sweep. Pick and roll scoring, Steph. Creativity, Kyrie swept. Ethicalness, Kyrie. Off ball scoring, Steph. Mid range, oh, it looks like a sweep too. Kyrie swept the mid range scoring. Efficiency, Steph got it. ISO buckets, Kyrie swept again. 3-point shooting, Steph swept. Clutch, Steph won by a narrow margin and better overall as of right now.
Is it tied? Is it going to be 6-6?
The chat's got the vote, and they're picking Steph right now.
Yeah,
for best overall, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
I just want you guys to know.
It'll be 6-6. It'll be 6-6.
No, 6-6 overall. I thought you meant like with the better overall.
Oh no! I was saying for like the categories one.
Yeah, I just like for like the Steph clutch thing. I know like a lot of people harp on the number that always goes around on Twitter about like he's 0 for 12 or something and go ahead shots in the playoffs or something like that. Steph Curry, in terms of clutch overall regular season and postseason, has done some things that like no one's ever done. If I remember correctly, in 2015, he had the most fourth quarter points in a final series since MJ against the Jazz, including that 37-point game 5 when the series was tied 2-2. And then I think he's the only player since MJ to have multiple game tying or go ahead shots in the final 2 minutes of finals games. I'm pretty sure he did it in 2018 and 2019. I think him and MJ are the only two people who have multiple of those shots. In terms of over the last 10 years, I think he has the most game winners regular season and postseason. I think he also leads the league in terms of over the last 10 years in like efficiency in the clutch, points per shot, effective field goal percentage, however you want to view it, by a wide margin. Number 2 is actually Giannis, for anyone who doesn't know, regular season and postseason. But I mean, he does that too. And in the playoffs, I think he's second behind Giannis in effective field goal percentage in the clutch. So, like, I understand the Steph not clutch narrative because, I mean, no game winners. He missed that shot against Toronto, blah, blah, blah. But he's done some things in the clutch that no one else has ever done. So I think he deserves a big...
That's about to change because he's about to do something that only De'Aaron Fox has done. He's gonna be he's running away.
And he's gonna win Clutch Player of the Year this year for sure. Yeah, he's gonna win.
The whole narrative is gonna change. He's gonna have some hardware,
which is gonna be disgusting. Now Steph gonna be one of the most clutch players ever, which is gonna be.
Yeah, I don't think he's not clutch. I think that's
and I'm not saying I'm not making the argument Steph's the most clutch player ever. I'm not saying that.
You kind of dispelling an idea about him.
I'm just saying I feel like some of you guys, because some of you guys just don't. I don't think some of you guys are aware of some of the things he's done in the clutch. Because maybe you view the clutch as just the last shot. Maybe some people view clutch differently. But Steph has done some incredible things in the clutch. That's what I'm saying. He's also folded in the clutch many times.
I think the clutch
just like other guys have.
5 minutes
he's
down
not the only one.
Fourth quarter, bro.
He's not the only one, Moss. There's plenty of guys who folded in the clutch. But yeah, I mean, you brought up the numbers. What about situations? What about that game 6? I mean, what about that game 5 in 18? No KD. He scores 2 points in the first half. Shuts the door on Houston. Scores 33 in the second half to end the game. Yeah. Shuts the door on them. That's a big deal. What about them? The half-court shot he made against Oklahoma City to bring them into overtime? If I'm not mistaken, I think they were down by double digits in the last couple of minutes in that game. The last couple of minutes. And again, when I think about the most clutch, I don't just think about numbers. The fact that he did what he did in the 17 finals. They're not beating the Cavs if he doesn't do that.
Fellas, I need everybody to hear me out, chat included. I have 1 million super chats. I want to do something that I've never done in my life.
Finished them?
I want to get through them all.
You
guys.
Right, let's go.
Hey, can you help me to help myself to finish these super chats?
Let's do it.
I hate to be the bear. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Ron, but it ain't gonna happen.
I think you could do it, Ron. I believe in you.
I believe in you.
I have no faith in you, Ron.
I do.
We got 22 minutes. We can do it.
And this is your man, by the way. But I believe in you, Ron.
Yeah, y'all see how many super chats there is?
I do not believe in you.
Well, if he keep talking, he not gonna do it.
Here we go, Ron. Let's go, brother. Let's go, brother. Here we go.
I'm protecting my investment, Morris.
Let's go.
Renji said this whole number 1, number 2 convo is so dumb. No one cares who is number 2. What matters is how you performed. Kyrie performs on a level a lot of y'all favorite quote unquote number 1s, cough cough, Dame and Tatum.
I'm inclined to agree. I don't think the hierarchy thing matters. I don't think hierarchies matter. Play good. That's it. Doesn't matter if you're the number 1, number 2. Play good.
Thanks. Almighty C Boogie became a member. Shout out to Almighty C Boogie. Crip walk on the chat. Jacob Boston said Mars went and added the left to the right pull-up. The game is cooked. If you know, you know.
I've been working on my craft, man. Yeah, we had that little hiatus coming into the new year. I was working on my craft a little bit, so I think I'm.
Mars, just make sure every time you drop into that head, you give them that head fake. Just look at the
yeah, for sure.
Stand up. Just look at the
I've been studying the greats. I've been studying.
Bye. NFM Rose said Mars giving that boy swipe of the belt.
Belt to ass.
You was wrong for that, Mars.
Hey, that felt personal today, Mars. You was trying to
cook, bro. Yeah, you was trying to cook, bro.
So I was just giving my opinion on Steph and Kyrie finishing.
Renji said Curry is the only all-time great who's allowed to quote-unquote take a back seat and still be considered the best. This is why Curry is the most overrated superstar ever.
I think it says a lot about him that he was willing to take a backseat, if you ask me.
I don't think he took a back seat.
I mean, I'm just thinking that coexisting. Like, if he was able to coexist, shows the type of player he is. Winning matters.
I can agree with that. They coexisted, but I don't think he took a back seat.
Off
They were in
the
the
top
seats.
podcast said if I'm at the peak and I lose to a team, or if I'm at the park and I lose to a team in the park, then I leave to join the team that beat me. How am I a leader?
I mean, at the park, you're just trying to get some run. I mean, 'cause,
Yeah,
you
he's
know,
trying to play.
you're gonna be
Yeah.
off. You know, bro had to go to work. They needed one. I'm filling in. So
Yeah, and I ain't trying to
That's
sit 3
what-
games. I'm trying to play as soon as possible.
yeah. If it's 15 people in there, nah,
Yeah, it's
you know what I'm
quiet.
saying? 16,
Yeah, it's
17. But if it's too many people there, I got
If
I
you
got
the
to get my
nicest
run.
one
I'm
at
trying
the
to get my
park,
cardio in.
it's on the sideline. Somebody getting bumped
Yeah,
for
some-
you. Let's
fact.
knock the nonsense off.
Yeah.
Big Ops, if you come to the park and you the nicest dude out there and you number 15, if I got next, this dude coming off, I'm putting my man on. No, I'm not doing
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
D Bell said KD still not a good leader. Who cares? We know Steph adjusted to KD.
And KD adjusted to Steph.
Fact.
Everyone's just adjusting to each other, man.
Exactly.
Greatest with the super chat said KD's jump shots playing with Steph. 45 over 42, 46 over 44, 47 over 43. Steph shot more, KD scored more. Y'all just hate KD. Steph is the only star who can miss a whole series and get credited for carrying his team to a ring in 2018.
No one said Steph. No one said Steph. No one said Steph carried the Warriors to a ring ever. No one said that. So shush.
Never once said.
And I'm not gonna lie, using jump shot percentages when Steph shoots 11 threes a game is so stupid.
Dumb as hell. And on top of that,
That's just dumb.
And to add to that, using jump shot
Everybody
references
threes.
and using jump shot references when the shots that he was getting, instead of having 3 guys hanging on him like he did in Oklahoma City, he's only got 1. Give me a break.
Man takes 11 threes a game. You comparing jump shot percentages when KD shoots 10 mid-range shots a game. Like, what are we doing?
With 1 guy on him as opposed to getting double and triple team now.
Use your brain, please.
Not Ronnie from Power. Oh my God.
That's just critical thinking. Like, what the? Well.
I ain't gonna lie, Ron. Whoever's this guy, yeah, don't trust him if that's his profile picture. Foul man.
It's Mr. GQ to you said IT over CP3. CP3 has signs of poor leadership because Lob City has a negative undertone when speaking of him. The Rockets packed him up. The Suns packed him up. Golden State packed him up. Continue reading. And he's the only player from the banana boat that the GM never made a call for. So once again, Lars. Hashtag cooked.
I mean, yeah, people. Yeah, I mean, guess what? If Chris Paul won, no one would say he had bad undertones of leadership. Chris Paul, as everyone knows, he was serious. He wanted to hold people accountable, and he didn't like people joking around, which is what Blake and DeAndre did. All of a sudden, that's bad leadership because they didn't win. But guess what? If they do win, oh, we love Chris Paul's leadership. He holds everyone accountable. He wants everyone to be focused on the main goal. But because they lost, oh, yeah, it's bad leadership because they speak negative. Like, if you can't see how your whole opinion on leadership is coming from the fact that he never won, then I don't know what to tell you. Because his leadership style was very similar to greats who did win. They just didn't win, so now it's negative because people didn't like it. People didn't like how Kobe led, but he won. So guess what? You just let it slide.
Right.
Like, that's it.
And if he didn't win, how would we be talking about him?
Yeah, all of a sudden it's great leadership and it
Right.
works, but because they didn't win, all of a sudden it's bad leadership.
And
Right.
Phoenix didn't get off of him because he was a bad leader. And Phoenix didn't get off him because he was a bad leader. They got off him because he was washed. That's why.
Yeah, and that's I mean, he's so washed.
They didn't move off of him because this guy's he's a cancer to our locker room. No.
Sauce Man with the super chat said, chill. Stop getting bullied with your Tatum takes. Laughing emojis. He's your MVP. Say it, bruh. Laughing emojis. We all know Tatum can average 32, but he obviously sacrificed.
I had him picked before the season started. I had him as the league MVP. Yes, I did. I had him before the season started. I said that. Jason Tatum was the league MVP. But the way Joker was playing throughout the season and what Denver was doing, that's who I'll go with.
Andra15789 said Tatum MVP question mark. You should put you should play Joker in the new Batman movie.
All I know is if these dudes win the NBA championship and he wins the Finals MVP, I am going to be a problem in the summertime, boy.
And I'll still tell you Kawhi better than him.
I am going to tell you, you dudes are gonna because after that, there's really nothing much else to talk about. I'm sorry.
It's Mr. GQ to you with another super chat and said, "Hey Lars, you know who hasn't been on the trading block and won? DJ, a true leader."
Oh yeah, now I'm cooked. Okay, yeah, I'm cooked for sure. Now.
DJ.
Yeah. DeAndre Jordan.
I thought you were talking about Dennis Johnson. Okay.
That's what I thought he was talking about too.
No,
Wait, Dennis Johnson?
DeAndre Jordan. CP's teammate.
Alan L with the super chat said, "JT's more handsome than all these guys. At least we got that chill."
Like he's just an average player, whatever. I suppose.
Hey,
Yeah,
some people are attracted to SGA. Some people have that conversation.
Renji said, "When are we going to stop using team success to judge individual ability?" Mars literally spoke about this not even a week ago.
I can't
We
change
won't.
the world.
We
in a
won't.
week. Yeah,
we won't, and we
won't do that.
shouldn't. We
No.
won't, and we shouldn't.
Not in basketball. We're not doing that.
We can have a conversation. 100%, we do. And Mars made a real good point, but no.
I'm trying, guys, but I think we need all the old people to die for that to happen.
I can help you. Here we go.
Damn.
Okay, that's crazy. No, that's crazy. That's crazy.
That
That's
is
crazy.
My bad.
insane.
I thought I was just trying to
Damn.
look. Every episode, I try to do everybody a favor. Mars, that was my time.
Get through your super chats, Ron.
All right.
You rolling, Ron. You rolling, Ron.
I see how many are left.
See?
All right.
This
All
why I knew. I
That's
knew
what I'm
it
trying to
was
help him. Like, there's
He
so
played-
many
he played
left. You
too
got
much,
15
Mars.
minutes.
All right,
Play too
for sure.
much.
I think I
Up
can.
here-
I think
up here
I
playing
can. I
God.
Come on, Ron. You're doing great, Ron.
All right,
You're doing
Reggie
great,
Red
brother.
said, lame dunk contest, mid 3-point competition, all-star game is a sleep fest. Where's all the evolution I keep hearing about?
Reggie, a
Facts.
troll. Don't forget
What
that.
happened to it?
Yeah, facts, because the 3-point contest scores aren't going up at all. I mean, yeah, MJ had 5, but I guess.
Mhm.
Just say
Damn.
y'all
And we just saw a chick in the 3-point contest cracking them. So yeah, you're right.
Facts.
Sam said, when it comes to all NBA, it's a combination of winning and how good you are. Sometimes if you were just better, you will make it, like Luka and SGA.
Not,
however
then
the
it-
media
then-
feels
then you
that,
can't
yeah.
say then it's a combination of winning. You can't say that because last year proved that that's not true.
It's
Last year
however
just
you
proved
feel.
that.
It's however the media feels to vote that year. Oh, you guys keep trying to find criteria. The media can just change their mind.
Luke Bacon said, take Tatum off Boston last year. They are the Nets. Take Luka off the Mavs last year. They are this year's Pistons.
Didn't, if I'm not mistaken, when he was out the lineup, didn't they win? I think 3 or 4 straight, and Kyrie Irving was averaging like 40 a game, and Tim Hardaway was averaging I think like 26 a game or some nonsense like that. So the Pistons, I think that's a stretch. I do
Sounds
think
like
that they're not as good, but I think that's a stretch.
Monty Williams is trying to lose his job, by the way, but we don't have time to discuss Monty Williams. Okay, yeah, Ron doesn't want to finish these. I'm gonna do it. Don't worry. How about you
You
guys?
got it. Oh.
Yeah, let's go. Oh, Ron's back. Never mind. There you
Whew.
go.
These haters.
Ron, don't be afraid of your greatness. The self-sabotage is not worth it, brother. You can do this.
I appreciate that, Ox. Hakeem Delph said, who was a more irritant defender on LeBron, Lance Stevenson or Dylan Brooks?
Lance.
Lance. Yeah. I'd hate to go against someone like Lance Stevenson.
Or was it Deshaun?
Okay.
It definitely wasn't Deshaun.
I'm saying, I thought he was the Bron stopper.
Almighty Lamborghini said, maybe instead of throwing great players off just as being quote unquote sidekicks, we should give them their respect. We also need to respect great role players.
100%.
I agree.
Yeah, there's levels to it. We'll respect a 4th option on good teams, but the 2nd option on teams that don't win championships get no respect. So it depends.
K Luke 777 sent through back-to-back super chats. This is what he had to say. Kyrie is immensely talented, but Bron made him the legend people make him out to be. He'd be Kimba if Bron never came back. I was watching him then. He then said, not literally Kimba, but the way he's revered, being facetious.
New
Facetious.
Jersey Kimba. New Jersey Kimba. I love it. Oh, don't let Kyrie have a bad playoffs. Oh, man.
Savion S said, add the Kentucky tax. We all know how guards from UK get in the league.
How do they get in the league?
Devin Booker, Jamal Murray,
Maxey,
SGA.
Tyrese Maxey, SGA.
SGA.
I
Tyler
mean,
Hero,
Tyler
There's a
Hero.
lot of them. Like
John Wall.
Malik, De'Aaron.
Eric Bledsoe,
Oh,
Forget
yeah.
about the
Eric Bledsoe. Yes,
I mean,
De'Aaron
kinda easy
Fox.
to
Tyler
even-
Ewing.
Emmanuel Quickly.
Hey, Tyler Ulis was my guy, man. And then he hit that game winner on Boston that one time.
The Harrison twins.
He on the Kentucky coaching staff too.
Isaiah Brisker.
Did y'all say Shea already?
Yeah, we
we
said
said
today.
All right, so Off the Top Podcast became a member. And Players Choice Dave gifted out 10 memberships. If he gifted you that membership, you didn't like the video, I'm taking your membership away. But like,
How
the
you gonna
video,
know if they liked it or
everybody
not?
has- They don't need to know that.
Brandon
Renji
Knight.
said KD was the best player in both the Rocket series. Stop acting like it's only the finals.
Y'all really think that? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, the Rockets switching is what made that, like, KD's isolation numbers in those series was fantastic because when the team switches, you need to have isolation. And KD was great in isolation. That's what made the Warriors so unstoppable, because that would have worked in previous years. But we have KD.
Wait,
now.
though, Damo, so Steph's better than KD?
I thought Steph has been better than KD since 2015.
Okay.
Which may have been unfair. Like, again, that was the year KD went down for that half of the year. So maybe it was unfair, but 2016, I still felt the same way. I just can't say that a guy who at least admitted to taking a step back, or me personally, you going to play with a nigga that beat you, that you blew a lead to, and I already presume better than you. I can't see you going to his team and then now you're better than him. Like, nah, I just don't see it.
Zero just vibing said Steph played 30-something games without finishing the fourth quarter in a season because he's clutch.
No, he had a super team.
Beezus Almighty said Curry is a front runner. When has he ever shot over 33% from three in the fourth quarter when trailing?
That is so specific.
You
Anybody?
tell me. I don't even know how to source those numbers. You tell me.
He literally seen a tweet where someone talked just about that and they confirmed his belief. A lot of confirmation bias on the internet. Y'all don't even realize it.
Nuance said Ayo should be mentioned on the MIP list. You meant to say Ayo? Oh, Ayo.
Yeah.
Should be mentioned on the MIP list. Not win it, but shown love. By the way, just ordered that merch. Hey, y'all get like Nuance. Not only put Ayo or Ayo on your MIP list, but order that merch. Just don't select Oxy shipping option. Just get standard shipping.
He don't get that praise because Kobe White's been more impressive in the MIP conversation. They're on the same team.
Kobe White needs to win it. If he doesn't win it, then
Maxey's actually going to win it.
Which is whatever. Accolades don't matter.
Off the Top Podcast said, how did Dale get off KD being a good leader?
I don't know what that means. He isn't right.
How did we let Dale get away with saying KD's a good leader?
I don't think he said KD was a good leader. He was trying to figure out why people think he's a bad leader. That's what I think he was asking.
And then he said because he isn't right. That's what he meant to say.
Gotcha.
Make It Make Sense became a new member. Shout out to Make It Make Sense. We all trying to make it make sense, but shout out to you. Thunder with the super chat says, shout out Swiper. Great addition. Mars, have you noticed the crazy push for JT by the US media in the last 2 weeks? My MVP is number 1 SGA, 2 Jokic, 3 Luka, 4 Giannis, 5th D Mitch. You don't even got JT in the top 5. Wow.
The media can't handle not having an American player in these conversations. That's it.
Music by P said, did the LA Clippers lose the SGA/PG trade? Also, would Kawhi/SGA have been a better combo today?
They lost due to all the picks they gave up. That's it. That's
Okay.
No, SGA needed that time with Chris Paul.
Chris Paul a leader? Interesting.
First of all, Kawhi Leonard is not with the Clippers. Because Paul George, the reason why he got there, because Paul George demanded to be traded. Paul George demands to be traded. Then Kawhi comes over as a free agent. That doesn't happen if Paul George doesn't come over. And by the way, Doc didn't want to give up SGA because he saw it. but he had to at that time.
Good coach, Doc. Nice, good work.
He had to. Otherwise, he's fired. So
I've been letting a lot of cats out the bag lately.
Yeah, it seems like Doc ain't the problem, man. Hey, Kawhi, it's your fault.
Lego Rover said, I love Kyrie, but some of y'all saying the only thing Steph has over Kyrie is 3-point shooting. Legit, don't watch basketball.
100%.
Okay.
So we didn't say that, did we?
He's better.
We got another new member. He goes by the name of S. Shout out to S. Appreciate you for joining the club. We'll put on the show for you, my man. All right. Alan L also said Luka Magic, man, the real MVP. L Dub.
Facts, L Dub.
Jamaica's Rock Clock Choice said, chill, get off JT Meat. Ron, no accent, please. I got you. Andra 15789 said, look at the Mavs roster from last season, please.
No.
Drip Bayless said, why does Luka get a pass for Golden State? Is that what you meant by GS? I test over
Warriors
box
series. I don't think he was that great in the Warriors series. I think he was good, but I don't think he was like playing at the level he did in the Clippers series that everyone praises him for. But it's understandable when you look at how they were defending him.
Nick Tri-State said SGA MVP.
Nah.
SJ said Jalen beaten early and Lonnie was lit. Salute to Jalen. Jalen Carter cooking on 2 platforms. Check him out. Multi-sport athlete right there. Renji says Swiper has 1 brain cell.
One, that's it.
Mario Knows Best said, I need my round with all y'all over these Kyrie takes.
No.
Who made bad Kyrie? I thought we made pretty good Kyrie takes.
No, she got a completely different idea of Kyrie. A completely different one. Him and Ja, man,
I know she be glazing John Morant.
If you see her in person and you talk what you talk about Ja, like you might have to throw hands. You might have to throw hands with her. You might have to do that.
No, she's not playing about John Morant.
No, she not.
Yeah, I see that in the chat. Yeah, I see that.
She's not playing about Ja or Kyrie. We might have to, when we do the verses with Ja and Kyrie, we might have to let Maria get up here.
She's just gonna say a tie for every Kyrie.
Okay.
Damn.
Almighty C Boogie said Kyrie clears. Hashtag Mavs Nation stand up.
I wonder if he had that logic when Irv was in Boston or when he was in Cleveland. I wonder if he had that logic then. So it's kind of coincidental that he's saying it when he's in Dallas.
Yeah, it's a coincidence. It's a coincidence.
Tay Luke 777 said it's taxing. Y'all literally air attacks.
Dub air taxes.
Avery B said this is bag talk. Praising flashiness over production.
Okay, the eye test.
Q English said, Mars, are you watching the Six Nations matches today?
What's that, rugby? No.
Yeah. My dog
buddy,
Jose
I
Primo
did.
said,
Just so you know, buddy, yes, I did. I said that when he first walked in the door. Yep, I said he was a 20-a-game guy when he first walked in the door. Yes, I did. I thought he was going to be great. So, yes.
Buddy, we got
100%.
2 minutes left, and you're trying to get fried in 2 minutes.
100%.
We're trying to get through the super chats.
That's what we're trying to do. That's what we're trying to do. Yeah, I did say that. Yes, I did.
Styles
Yo,
Blackman
y'all send some more super chats. So, Ron's
Styles Blackman in the house said, wow, you are here, dear.
help us out,
Stop
y'all.
running
Send some
from
more.
us. Lego
Crazy,
Rover
right?
said this Steph KD argument is tired.
Very tired.
Man.
Brax said this hate KD narrative is old.
Very
Never.
old.
Who says a narrative?
Q Rich the noob. Shout out all my noobs out there. Q Rich said Kawhi and Hakeem versus MJ and Embiid. Who y'all got and why? We don't got time for the why, but who y'all got?
MJ and Embiid.
Yep.
Kawhi Hakeem.
Yeah, it's Kawhi and Hakeem.
We'll get into that one day. I do like that one. Early Cofield said, Damo, why you always lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. That's FA. Why you always? It's just Jose said, y'all should be giving a certain number out of 10 to show the gap. in the categories.
Nah.
Logan Messiah said Luka gets his ass beat. Luka got a broken nose. Or did Luka get his ass beat? He has a
Did he?
broken nose.
Because he's soft.
Jose Primo said, call me unethical Primo.
Okay.
Jake with the super chat said, when is PC boxing and PC MMA, Ron? It's overdue. And hopefully we could get it by the Tank fight. If we can't get it by that fight, hopefully we could get it by the Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney fight. Or Ryan Garcia and J-Rob. In case y'all don't know, that really is J-Rob. It's Devin Haney. Winter said, Damo, did you see AD last night?
No, I didn't tune into the game.
Your team got cooked.
I seen
short.
at halftime. I was like, yes, it looked like one of those nights.
AD did look a lot bouncier last night, though. He had a lot of energy. Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Spencer Dinwiddie, man. I totally know what he's doing.
Yep.
All right, y'all. We made it happen.
Hold on.
Did we get through all of them, Ron?
We got through them. We made it.
Word? Nice.
Yeah, we made it happen.
See, that's I just see y'all said I was being a hater. I was just giving some motivation. That's all.
Yeah, I believed in him.
Nice job, Ron.
I knew you could do it, Ron.
Nice job. Hey, yo, buddy. Hey, yo, buddy. I'm a part of your day. You ain't a part of my day, brother. Remember that. When you talk about living rent free in somebody's head, I'm a part of your day. You wake up in the morning worried about me. I don't think about you. I'm dealing with my brethren up here. That's what I do. I'm a part of your day, brother. You ain't a part of mine. So keep it pushing, pimping. Keep it pushing. Keep it pushing, pimping.
Later on playback tonight, it will be J-Rob and Dub. Y'all make sure to pull up. It's gonna be lit. They're gonna do a watch party. Also, right after this, we got I think it's a show after this. Something like that. I don't know. Just go to the Players
important, but yeah.
Just go to the Players Choice channel on YouTube and you'll see something else that'll pop up. Also, tomorrow, we got these two gentlemen. Chill with Chill. Y'all be sure to tap in. All right, y'all. We out. We'll be back on Monday. Have a good weekend.
Be easy. Later.